Hello everybody, welcome to Rob's Gaming Table. I'm Rob.
I'm Mel.
And we're here to just chill with you on a Saturday afternoon, our time locally, and talk about Gen Con 2024. We will be next week, the largest tabletop gaming convention in North America. We're going to talk about just what we're excited for, games we're looking forward to checking out, things we want to do there, answer your questions. We're going to look through the program guide. I think that's about it, but there could be whatever. This is more of like an open, casual stream. If you're looking for like planning tips or how to book hotels or all that kind of stuff, talking about our past experiences of the con, I will direct you to the links in the video description where we've done series in the previous years, multiple months throughout the year planning for Gen Con. This is like basically you're too late if you're not going this year, and you can live vicariously through us. But I recommend if you're planning on going next year, watch those videos. They're chock full of information we gathered over the last decade plus of going to Gen Con, plus helpful tips from you guys who've been watching and people we hang out with down there and stuff like that. So go there. This is more just we're leaving soon in a couple days. We're excited. We'll be there, and we're just going to talk about what's going on there because people keep asking, like, where are the Gen Con streams? Where are they? I need to know more. And yeah, we're getting there. Marion, I see you in chat. Enjoy your work week if you can. Your busy work week. Have a safe flight. Thank you for stopping in and saying hi. I appreciate that. I look forward to seeing you guest starring in Nellie's vlog series as usual. But have a good time. And I hope it goes off without a hitch.
It will.
Yeah. You
have to be positive, right?
I'm sure. Sell out Gen Con. This is no stress there whatsoever. I'm sure it's fine.
Hopefully we see you there as well. Yes.
I hope all your volunteers and employees all show up and no one gets sick and calls in sick for work that week, especially with a sold out crowd. I'm sure should be fine. Should be fine.
Also want to say thank you to Yogi. Thank you, Yogi, for gifting.
I was going to get there, but Yogi can wait.
Sorry. We're going like up the chat this way.
Yogi's like a little lower on the list, but like, not at the top. No, I'm just joking.
Yogi, thank you so much for gifting 5 channel memberships. Thank you.
Yes, thank you, Yogi, for the support. Of course. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Very generous. We appreciate it. Thanks for helping grow the community and bring eyeballs to the channel and please the Google/YouTube algorithm gods who love what you do for the channel. Thank you for allowing us to do this. So I guess that's a segue too. This trip, this support, all basically our last handful of times going to Gen Con, fully supported by the viewers who support the channel by clicking the join button down below, or our friends over on patreon.com who support the channel. Thank you so much. Thank you for your support. We're not being funded by any publisher, being paid to be there by a publisher or anything like that. So it's all funded by you guys, as this content usually is. We appreciate it. Jacko!
Thank you so much.
Thank you for gifting 5 memberships.
Thank you.
5 bombs being dropped all over the place. Thank you so much, guys. You're so generous. Jacko, thank you so much. You're very nice. Now I have to be nice to you next week? God damn it. I mean...
More spending money. So thank you so much.
Yes.
Thank you.
More spending money.
That. Thank you.
Spending money at Gen Con.
I know, right?
No way. That doesn't happen.
Yeah. Yeah. Thank you.
Dan says, keep your head on a swivel. Head on a swivel, big boy. Oh, God. Greg, thank you for the super chat.
Oh, thank you. That's very sweet.
I'm sure it'll pop in a second once all Jacko's and Yogi's memberships are done popping up there. It's so annoying. God.
Thank you, Greg.
Thank you so much. I was trying to get into it a little quick for those people who tune in who are like, I don't know these two people. I don't care anything they have to say except for what are the games that they want to buy there. So I will just try to buy them first. That kind of thing. Like, what's the hotness? I'm too lazy to do my own research. You tell me what I need to buy. And we'll get to that very quickly. But yeah, just in a second. And we'll even start with the first most important game we care about, so that if you're watching this later, you can totally watch that and just leave. Or if you're here live, you can just, like, if you don't care, you can just watch that and get out of here. We'll get to that in a minute. Then we'll go over other, in no particular order, games we're excited about, things we're excited to do there. Go through the Gen Con program guide, which is already out digitally, so you can save yourself some time. Not like there aren't lines to wait in there that you could read it when you're there. But yeah, so you can pre-plan. And well, I guess you could look through the coupon book when you're there. That's the one thing I look through. Now I look through the Gen Con, program book ahead of time to see if there's anything that pops out to save me time when I'm there. Because there's way too much to do, way too much going on. My brain is all over the place. But the coupon book, which we have last year's, we can kind of just glance at. I can show you what I mean by this, especially if you're going and you're like, what is the coupon book and where do I get that? I like grabbing this. We grab this and then like the first line we're sitting in, we're just like sitting there browsing through it.
Ripping out the coupons that I want.
Exactly, ripping out the coupons you want. But I have an unripped one here from last year because we got one each, right? So some things we didn't want two of, so we don't need. But I can show you that as an example.
So Greg's just popped so you can read it now.
There it is. Can't make it this year, but hope to make it next year. Have a beverage of choice on me.
Thank you so much. We'll do that.
Very much. Yes.
Thank you. Thank you.
Most likely it will be the official Gen Con beer and the Gen Con wine, as we usually, that's our alcoholic beverages of choice. For a couple of reasons. It's cool to do, to support the con and support the people that support the con. Also, it's like you're going to Gen Con and you're like, you're not going to buy a beer you can get at home. Although you can go to Indianapolis, get some craft beers. Those would be like some local breweries. If you can support them, that would be cool. Because you can't get that stuff, obviously, here where we are, I guess, usually. But, and they're convenient. They're like literally right outside the convention, like right between the stadium and the convention center at the block party. You can go, we pass by there multiple times during the day. So it's just convenient to go grab your alcoholic beverages there. So that's what we'll be doing.
So I need to make a quick comment. There's a couple people that are saying that they're going, which is amazing. I hope that we get to see you guys in person.
We won't because there's way too many people there now.
I know. But some of them have dice beside their names. So if you are going and you are in our Discord, please let me know and I will make a note.
So here's what you do. Here's what you do. If you're a member to this channel, you do get access to the Discord, which you have to go into Discord and link your YouTube account that you're a member with this channel. Link that to your Discord. Google that if you need to. It's super easy. You just find where it is. I can't even tell you right now. But quick Google will show you how to link your Discord to your YouTube account. Just make sure it's the proper YouTube account that you use as a member of the channel, not the random one you use to, watch videos there. Maybe you don't want people to find. And then once that's connected, you'll get auto pulled in our Discord within a few hours, maybe a day. I don't know how often it does it. It's kind of random sometimes. But in there, go in the convention channel and maybe like at myself or at Mel to mention us so it pops up and we know to go in that channel and find it, and just let us know you are going. You will be on site, and then we can pull you in our private little it's like a Discord channel just for people to stay connected while they're at the con, to set up meetups really easy if they don't have like separate connections. Also to share something like, hey Mel, I found this cool deal on a painting thing, or Rob, there's this game here I know you'll like. I told them to hold a copy for you, but they're all sold out. Like, that kind of thing. Like, or this artist is here of this favorite game you have. You can go get things autographed and they're at this location. Like you can keep tabs with each other in there and share cool things you're seeing. But it's just like a private way for people who are on site. So like, there's not like outside eyeballs like looking on it, and you're not filling up other people's feeds with things. And like, especially if you're trying to like be a little private, and like, it's more of a private thing for like people who are actually there, not to like, be found by other people and that kind of stuff, if that makes sense. Because some people want to just like, share with people locally, and it makes sense. It's like, I don't know how to explain it properly, but yeah, if you want to be part of that, join in there. Then you know where we are. Like if somebody's like, oh, is anyone at the block party right now? I'm going to go there and grab food. Does anyone want to join me? Or like, is anyone meeting up here? Or like, we are at the block party. Come and meet us. We'll be here for 1 more hour, that kind of thing. Or like, hey, we're going to the same event. I can't find the event. Where are you guys? Oh, it's actually over here, that kind of stuff. We just do that locally. It's like kind of like a small little intimate chat thing, if that makes sense. Jess, thank you.
Thank you
for being a producer. Again, thank you so much for the long-term support.
Thank you.
You're awesome. It's all good. It's all good. You don't have to explain. We appreciate it.
But I'm looking forward to seeing this little group that kind of comes and hangs out getting bigger and bigger every year.
Yeah. And again, you don't have to hang out with anybody. That's not what it's for.
No.
But it just starts happening.
Yeah.
Like, people just start meeting up and hanging out and, like, letting each other know. But, like, there are some people who've been in that chat before who are just, like, come and say hi once. And then they go do their thing with their friends the whole convention and just say goodbye to everyone, even in that chat, if they can't find us and whatever. It's like, it's just a way if you just want to let each other know information while you're there. Like, something that you didn't know that you might want to share with the group or whatever. Or just... tell someone about an event you found out about, or they're giving away free hot dogs at the corner of this and this street. Go. You know, like, I'm just random. I have no idea. Like, you know what I mean? Like, just something you want to let people know who are actually there and it matters, if that makes sense. And it's also a place to see Stacy counting down till the convention. I remember.
I love it. I go on every single day just to see that. I love it.
Thank you.
Mitch,
thank you for
so much.
Thank you for the generosity. Thanks for gifting memberships to the channel. You guys are really delaying us getting to the inevitable. No, I'm just joking.
That's okay.
People are like, come on, get to the damn games.
I mean, they can scrub, I guess.
I just need to know. Yeah. Scrub ahead until you see us. If you're watching this later, scrub ahead until you see the web browser on the screen and we're looking at the Gen Con, or the BoardGameGeek page. And you'll get your info. Oh, you got hacked?
Oh, that's sad. I'm sorry about that.
Yeah, one of my Google accounts, I got a notification at like 1 a.m. a couple weeks ago. It freaked me out. It was like someone tried to sign your account, and it was like I had one of those like your 2-factor authentication things that hit my phone, and it said it expired. Like when I logged into my phone, and it was like, this expired, security issue, whatever. And I'm like, uh-oh, this is like I could tell it's official like notification from Google security, and I'm like, and then so I go on and log in to my Google, and it said like somebody tried to access my account, but they failed the 2-factor, obviously, because they didn't have my device or whatever. But instantly it was like, what do you want to do? I'm like, yeah, log out of everything, reset password. Like, yeah, it was pretty crazy. I don't think it would have affected much because it was like a different account, but just that idea that like, yeah. And it showed like the location, they made it so they couldn't even tell where, like I could see all my logins, like log in from this location. Yeah, I live there. Log in from this location. Yeah, I was there last weekend. Log in from here. But then their login was like no location listed, like no country, no state, no province, no nothing. And I was like, uh-oh. So yeah, it was some hacker or something was trying to just hit accounts, I guess. Yeah, I have my 2-factor on for everything, and that saved me. But if I didn't, they would have been fully in, which is crazy. Yeah, make sure 2-factor authentication is on. Yes, it's annoying, but it's like definitely helpful. Yeah.
The only other one we missed, I think, is Adam. Adam has been a member for 23 months. Thank you so much, Adam.
Almost 2 years.
Thank you.
Have fun at Gen Con. Bring back lots of content. I mean games. I mean content. LOL. Yeah, we'll get into that. I have a different plan. Sort of a plan I was trying to do last year, I think. And I'm modifying again this year my goals. Every year I have like a different goal of like, what is the main thing I'm treating the convention for? What is the content I may be trying to make? What are the games I'm trying to get? Should I even get them there? Should I get them at home? Do they come here? Are they going to be out in stores literally already or the same week? Like, what's the smart way to spend my channel money, you know, like to like maximize that kind of stuff? And we'll talk about that. I'll explain a little bit of that later too, how I now treat Gen Con. It's not the same as it used to be like 10 years ago, where it was like you would get tons of games there that don't come out for 3 to 6 months to a year. And now it's like you go there and it's like, oh, I saw that game in stores a month ago, or oh, that game releases literally today everywhere. And the only reason to buy it here is you'll pay more for it. You'll have to carry it around all day. Oh, but you get an exclusive card with it. Oh, cool. And the money goes directly to the publisher and bypasses the local game store, the distributors, all that stuff. If you care that way, that it's good or bad, depending on how you look at it. And some people just like gathering stuff there. But I think this year it's going to be more of treat it like a demo. Go there and touch, feel, talk to designers and publishers about the games. And then literally go on my phone and support my local game store where it's already cheaper, especially with the horrible exchange rate, Canadian to US. And I don't have to lug it around the convention. I don't have to bring it home. I don't have to deal with the Canadian border guards making fun of me for all the board games in my trunk, thinking they're full of cocaine. No, I'm just kidding. And yeah, it's just that kind of thing. That's how I'm going to kind of treat it maybe, but I'll go into more detail later, I guess.
Mark, thank you for being a member for 21 months. Thank you.
Thank you, Mark. Says, have a great Gen Con. 1 year. I'll get to go. Gen Con 2030. Yay.
Woo!
Start planning, Mark.
We'll see you there.
Yep. Start looking at hotels right now. You should probably get in line for some of the convention exclusives, maybe starting like next week if you can for that Gen Con. Get in line next week for, 6 years from now. Yeah. And you'll be the first, I promise. Go get a tent, pitch your tent there, your camping chairs. Yeah, you'll be good.
So there's a question that's not related to board games, but is related to like traveling. Stacy asked, do you guys buy certain snacks while we're there that aren't available in Canada?
We don't live that far from the US border. A few times a year, we used to be like probably like once every couple months, travel to the US for different reasons. Now I do go there. We go there sometimes to hit up amusement parks, to hit up tournaments at game stores that are down there, go to the Buffalo, Rochester area. I went there for some Star Wars Unlimited pre-releases. We were down there. Yeah, we go there often, and we know where all the stores are. Like, I don't even need to use GPS. Like, I've been going down to the US like ever since even when I was like young, my parents would take us there to buy stuff. But when I got my license, I would go down there shopping for everything all the time. Yeah, I go down there. Even I would go down there to get like exclusive like tech that wasn't available here. Like Google would release a new like laptop, and I would go down and get it there if it wasn't in Canada and stuff like that. I just do weird stuff like that. Sometimes video games I'd get there that weren't available in Canada back in the day. Now that's like not a thing really. Also, when the exchange rate was awesome, I'd go down there buy things when it was like on par. I'd go down there, save tons of money on like electronics and things like that. It was awesome. So we go down there commonly and do that. And yes, we will sometimes get things that aren't here, but it's like gotten less and less.
Yeah, definitely.
Because we try to avoid the junk food a little more now, and that's mainly what the stuff is that's down there that's not available here is just like different flavors of junk. But it works both ways, where there are Americans we know that do cross the border, come in our neighborhood to grab like things that aren't down there. It's like the same thing works both ways now. But just being in North America, I feel like a lot of it spills over. We have a lot of the same companies that cross the border kind of thing. So, but there's nothing really I can think of. I get lots disappointed now. One thing I used to do was like Oreos.
Oh, yeah.
They used to have like multiple flavors of Oreos that we didn't have here. But now I go down there and there's like 1 or 2 maybe flavors that we don't have here. And some of them are just repeats that they had before. And it's like, oh, this sucks. And it's like, oh, that's better for my health that I don't pick those up. So that's good. But yeah, I just find it's less and less.
Yeah. Or sometimes like flavors of chips and stuff like that. They have different things that we don't have that we'll try.
But again, it's like all junk food. So it's like we try to limit it big time. And like sometimes we'd rather just stay with the staples we know we like and stuff. But that used to be a thing back in like the...
Yeah. But we were younger.
Like, 10, 15 years ago. Yeah, it was like we'd have a trunk full of groceries of like every aisle. We'd have something we got from there that we don't have here just for fun. Like...
Oh, the one thing I do like though that is like sauces. You guys have different sauces that we don't have, like maybe like a spicy chipotle sauce or something that we wouldn't have, or like sometimes you guys have like honey mustard.
And less now.
But it's less and less.
Yeah, we find that stuff here now.
Or like salad dressings, like things like that. When we would go, we would see things like that. But yeah.
No, we don't speak French. No. Very, very minimal. Yeah. It's been many years since French class in school, and I didn't take it past the mandatory years. So my daughter still takes it, and like she'll talk it around the house and like I'm like, I don't know, honey, I don't remember. I'm sorry. Just like you will forget in a few years when you're not doing French and stuff. So, but yeah.
Are we gonna go to the Fudge place again? That place was hilarious. That was so funny.
I don't know.
I don't know if we're gonna go there this year.
It's like, cool to see once. But,
maybe on the way back to pick up something for like our daughter or like our family, but like I don't think on the way.
Yeah, there's a lot of things since we've been going so long. There's like different things like the that one candy store down in like the City Circle place. We go there and like get weird flavor pops and stuff like that. And it's like once you do that a couple times, it's like, I've been there, done that. We don't need to do that again. It's like I'd rather spend my money on this or that. Like yeah. But if you're going for the first time, we've talked about this stuff at length in other Gen Con videos and Q&As and stuff. Links down below, but yeah.
Oh, like, Rocket Fizz. Yes, that's what it's called.
Is it Rocket Fizz?
The one that's
I think, that sounds familiar. But there are other places that are like in the US we found that sell that kind of stuff too. Like, but then they have those up here now too.
Oh, yeah,
like
now there's
international candy places and like even when we just cross into like the Niagara Falls area, there's like at one of the outlet malls, they have one of those. There's two of those stores. They're just full of candy and weird flavors of things and cereals and stuff. It's basically just pure imported sugar products. And yeah, so and that's only like an hour drive away. Like it's, yeah, we've gone there a few times with our daughter and shown her and get a couple things, but it's like, yeah, we don't really tie that to Gen Con is what I'm trying to say with this long-winded answer. It's like, yeah, it's just a common thing for us. All right, let's get to the important stuff that people are here for, and then we can do some Q&A stuff more later, if that makes sense, because that stuff's more specific to who's here. But later, more people will be watching this later because they can't watch it this time or day or whatever. And let's get to the stuff that they're more interested in, which is just what games we're excited about.
Oh, yeah, we can talk about other stuff later.
Yeah. We'll definitely ramble on at the end. Like, hang out. I feel like we're gonna be streaming for the next like 4 or 5 hours. Like, I don't even know. I hope it's like around 3, but it's not one of those ones I'm trying to make succinct where it's full of useful information. This is more just, we're excited to go. We're hanging out. We're chilling. This isn't like, let's be as short and get to the deal and get out of here. We're hanging out with our live audience, having a good time, excited to go.
Well, some of you guys are going too, so I can tell that some of you guys are excited as well. So,
but more are not.
No, that's true.
And I want them to know what we're doing the week, and like we'll be live streaming from there. I'm assuming we've done it the last couple of years, so keep an eye on the channel. Make sure you turn notifications on after the stream, for the next week or so. Every time we go live, and none of it will be scheduled. Like zero scheduled, just FYI. If you've been around the last couple of years, if we can find a good Wi-Fi connection, we're not busy doing something, maybe at the end of the night, we'll check in and we'll do like a little 1-hour live stream, letting you know what we saw, talk about our experience. But again, sometimes the connections are spotty, and sometimes finding the right time to do it is like hard. And sometimes you guys have seen where like it disconnects and all that kind of stuff. So just stay tuned. I'm bringing the tech to do it, and we'll just try, like maybe even waiting in the crowd before the convention starts. Sometimes I know where we can get like a good Wi-Fi connection. So if we can get parked there, stay tuned around an hour before the convention opens, and we should go live, and you can see the giant crowd before we go in, and we can chat then and stuff. So turn on notifications so you'll get the notification on your like mobile device or whatever when we go live. You can just swipe it away if you don't want to tune in, but at least you'll know it happened, and you can tune in. Maybe we're still live. Maybe we'll go live later. So it's not going to be scheduled. You're not going to see like a scheduled stream. Tomorrow we're going live at 3 p.m. It won't be scheduled. It's just going to be, we don't, like, we do Gen Con by the seat of our pants. We have some events scheduled, but like, sometimes we're just like, get invited to things or go do stuff, or our feet are on fire and we just need to sit down for a while and like, hey, maybe now's a good time to stream and chill with everyone. Well, you know, we have some time to do it. Like, so yeah. But we'll do a stream after we get back, kind of recapping or something, and, you know, chilling with you guys again, kind of bookending it off. But yeah, so that's the plan for the next week. All right. So, the games. I'm gonna make it easy. I know it's been 20 minutes already of the stream since we started, maybe like half hour of the video, whatever. But so out of all the games, we spent the last couple days, we're a little behind the times, and we looked at the BoardGameGeek Gen Con preview list, which doesn't have all the products that will be there, and isn't always accurate information, I've learned. Even when something says it'll be there and for sale, sometimes they're lying just to try to get you to come to the booth. Okay, it's happened. And they don't change and update the info when things don't show up. So you might go to the convention assuming this game's for demo or sale there, and then the publisher just didn't get any copies show up. It happens. It happens all the time. Or something showed up that they didn't expect and they forgot to update BGG to let people know, because there's someone that manages that list and I'm sure they're busy right now and they don't update everything all the time. The link to that list, which we'll bring up on the screen in a sec, actually I can do it right now. Is here. The link is in the video description. If you want to check out the Gen Con 2024 preview, it is literally a list of 591 games, showing 26 right now because I guess I have it set to not show too many on the screen. But as you scroll, it's listed by publisher, but you can sort and filter by things for sale, for demo, all that stuff. I've shown this before, how to navigate this. Yeah, you can show all, show more. Again, it'll show you when the game comes out, information about it. It's just a link to all the different pages. But if you're curious what is going to be there from your favorite publisher, or, you know, that kind of thing, whether it's for sale or for demo, you can find it on this list. People can thumb up things. People can be interested or undecided or not interested, must have. And some of that data is congregated and people read that data and put it on tables and stuff. But we went through this list. We looked at all the games. We literally went through every one, didn't click on every one and read about them. Some publishers we just scroll right by. We know they don't really make the type of games we're interested in. But there were some covers, some games, some things I know I've made notes of before from past crowdfunding campaigns that I was like, I'm not going to back that. But I'll wait till it's out at retail and see kind of what people are thinking. And there are a few games I added to my list. But out of this whole list, there is one game, okay? There is one game on this list, okay? The game, Mel and I, literally is so awesome, okay, that we're both gonna like walk fast for it. You do not run. But when the hall opens at 10 a.m. on Thursday morning, some publishers have limited copies of things. I don't know how limited this is gonna be, but Mel and I, just to make sure that we get it, we're both gonna go to this booth and we're gonna make sure we're in line. And we're gonna get 2 copies if we can even, just in case one of the copies is missing components or something is wrong with it, so that we have a second copy. Like, it's that important. And this game is so good, and it's not even one of the high ones on the list that has a lot of thumbs up, okay? And I'll show you it. But I'm literally gonna tell everyone about this game right now, and I'm gonna tell everyone I see at the convention all about this game, okay? I'm gonna tell them all about it, okay? This is the game, ready? I'm even gonna, like, this game, and here's the thing, this game can be played with, like, we have family and friends we know we want to play this with, so it's not just for the channel, keep that in mind, okay? And I think it's so cool, and a lot of families go there, and new people go to the convention, young and old. I'm gonna make sure I run around the convention and tell everyone about this game, okay? Even people I don't know. And the game is Touch It. Okay, I'm gonna go around and walk up to random families and tell them, touch it, okay? I'm gonna tell them all about it. It's just great. And they even have a dungeon version, okay?
Oh.
So, yeah, they have.
I get that one.
Yeah, I saw this game before, but now they have multiple versions. So what I'm gonna do is run around the convention. I'm gonna tell everyone about it. To get to this booth, I'm gonna tell you guys right now, please touch it, okay? And I'm going to tell families, children, everybody, old ladies, I'm going to run around the convention, tell them, touch it. And if you want to find me for the rest of the convention after the first day, if you're lucky, you might too. If you tell people about this game, you could actually win a trip to the local Indianapolis Police Department and spend a night or 2 in one of their jail cells, I heard. So I'm going to make sure I tell even more people about it so that I can win that trip, because I think that'd be really cool. I've never done that before. So, yeah.
Some of them could tell there was a joke coming already.
Yeah, because they watch the channel too damn much, and I lead up jokes the same way, long-winded intros. So I officially just got extra people watching later. I just like, A, they just reported me to YouTube. B, they definitely thumbs down the video. They will not subscribe to the channel, but it keeps the real ones here, you know? That's how I filter people out, right?
Yeah,
With
exactly.
Signal.
Those that don't get us.
Yeah, yeah. So anyways, yeah, if you're at Gen Con, touch it. Supposedly you can touch it in the dealer hall. That would be cool. It gets crowded in there, so, you know. But yeah, anyways. All right. All right. But they do have a dungeon version. Realistically, I know about the regular version of Touch It, and I was going to use that as a joke. And then when I searched it to bring it up on the web today to show it on stream, I learned they have a dungeon version. It was like, damn, it's actually some people might think I'm actually being serious because
and you're gonna buy this
because we play a lot of fantasy themed dungeon crawly like big games on the channel.
and there's like a loot chest on the box.
Yeah, a mimic.
Right?
It's a mimic too.
Yeah.
All right, I'm not really gonna do those things. That was all just a bad joke. I'm sorry, everybody. Don't do that. Don't do what I did, okay? But yeah, that was my funny joke for the day. After this, everything's super serious, okay?
Yeah.
Now, for real though, this game actually might not be bad.
No, I agree.
And I'm not, usually sometimes I'll do this with like a game that like looks like literally they're just trying to cash grab on garbage. But But this game actually does look cool. When I didn't look at the dungeon version though.
No, I didn't either.
But it's a great game. I think honestly I would play it with our niece, because it's like, and I know it's like weird, like my uncle, like her father probably punched me when I come over and, you know, like, hey,
I know the name for this game.
Yeah,
doesn't like no.
So it's a game that's imported, I believe, and like they localized it. It's from like Japan or something. But it's a cute like family-ish game that like literally there'll be like it's like a textured side of the card. So see the way there's like a gel outline on this one side of the card? That's like face down. It's a super basic like family game. I picture it's like in the same realm as like Spot It and stuff like that.
I agree.
Which is probably why they're just going with the touch it, you know, like haha funny, like it's like Spot It, like a play on, you know, that kind of thing. But on one, I'm trying to find like a picture of the other side of the card. Like this. Okay. So on one side of the card, you'll have literally like pictures of different things. This is like the old, or the regular version, like the not imported, I guess, like the Americanized English version, whatever. But you'll just have 4 pictures and you'll like hold the card out, you know, and you touch it, you know, and the other player touches, like feels the bottom of the card and has to determine by just touch which one of those 4 things is on the other side, because it's like textured and stuff. So that's why you're touching it, but yeah. So who's going to be the first one to buy the game, touch it, run around the convention, holding out a card, telling people to touch it, and seeing, you know, how many times you get punched or, you know, arrested by security. You know, that could be a fun side quest you can do at Gen Con. But it's a cool idea. It's just like bad name.
Yeah, agreed.
I think when they made the game, they didn't think of how it like translates, and somebody didn't red flag it along the way, but yeah.
And even still.
But again, if you're just parents playing it with your kids, it's like, you know, but yeah. That's a little weird. But anyways, they have a dungeon version, so that changed everything. Now I got to get it, right?
Yeah.
I don't know how we could stream it though. That's the problem.
Like on the dungeon version, does it have photos?
I think that's the one I just clicked on and it had nothing, so that's why it's a problem.
Oh, it has the
yeah, it's got just pictures from the other versions, so it's like that doesn't help me. Like this, what's it got? Like swords and goblins and stuff. Like I don't know. There's nothing here for the dungeon. But this is the great part. You at home, you're looking on BGG and you're like, I want to learn about this game. Well, I got you beat. The best way to learn about it is to go to Gen Con, and that's why I'm saying my plan is to go to Gen Con. And some of the games I'm mentioning today, they might suck. I have no idea. And I'm not getting enough info online. So what I'm going to do is actually go to the booth, because that's part of the fun of being there, and actually get a demo of it or talk to the publisher, or just if no one's around, you pick it up and touch it yourself, you know, and play around with it, whatever. Read the rule book quickly, like browse through, kind of, you know, read the back of the box, whatever. You can kind of like actually interact with things. Sometimes they'll have them set up on the table, or you can sit down right there and demo with somebody, or come back later, or get a free or $2 event ticket and go play in a full playthrough of a game where they'll teach you it and stuff like that. So that's how I'm kind of approaching it this year. I don't know how much time I'll actually have to play some of these games, but sometimes just actually going and like getting the 5-minute elevator pitch, or 2-minute elevator pitch about the game with it on the table in front of you, and they're quickly explaining like how it works. I played enough games over the last so many years that it's like, oh, these 5 mechanisms are the feature. Oh, okay, this is how long it is. Oh, okay, this is what you're doing on your turn. Okay, let me take a look at the cards. Like, you know, what do they do, and how's the, you know, the game work, and like tell me how many typos are in this product and how bad the translation was in the rule book, you know, that kind of stuff. You can just call that stuff out right there. But yeah, anyways, let's touch it. But that's not really a game I was really going for, but whoops. So what you can really do though, so like I was showing on this Geek preview thingy, BoardGameGeek Gen Con preview, like you can sort by publishers, and I've always done this over like many years. I just click this thumbs hot thing just out of curiosity, because I don't pay attention to every board game that's released. Like I literally, that's like psycho. There's way too much that comes out all the time, and I'm not the channel here to like decide for you what's good and what's not. Like I just play things that look interesting to me is how I've kind of approached it now, because there's like way too much noise, and I don't care when the game comes out. But if you're curious what games are there, and also you can go to filters. And the best part I like, yeah, demo is okay. There are some games that I'll demo there, but those I'll kind of find when I'm there. But if you're like, want to know what you can buy, you just filter for sale. And you can literally be like, I'm only looking for solo games. Huh? I'm looking for games nobody can play. I'm looking for solo games, you know, you could do that kind of stuff. It's super easy.
I like that you can also filter out the expansions because sometimes you don't really care about expansions as well.
Yeah, true. You can also like, you know, look for certain mechanisms, whatever you're looking for. Publishers, designers, all that stuff. Anyways, I'll just do thumbs and for sale. And sometimes they'll show you a price. Sometimes they don't, which is kind of sketchy. Sometimes they'll even tell you more info here in a little line telling you like how many per day or what booth is it at, or because they might have it listed and sometimes they don't. In certain views you can see the publisher booth, and some views you can't, which is weird. But yeah, so you could just see the most liked games by the fans on BoardGameGeek, or the publishers that have the, you know, most friends and family that went and liked their game.
But one thing I think that is slightly deceiving about this and the way that you can do this is that games that have been on this list for a very long time may also just have more
correct.
thumbs because a game that's added yesterday doesn't have as much view on it yet.
Good point.
That's just one of the things.
Good point.
Yeah.
I just do it like this.
Skewed a little bit, but
yeah, I just do it like this to see like what are people running for, so I know to avoid those games. You know, and buy them later without having to wait in line for 3 hours or get told it's sold out or whatever.
True.
But yeah, so it's not always the best way.
No.
I like usually going here and like, okay, like what are the publishers I know that sell stuff I like, and like whatever. Like you said, filtered expansions. And I come back and check the list often.
Yeah.
And you can search by, I think, recently added.
That's exactly what I do. I'll look through it once, and then every other time I'll do recently added until I get to where I was.
Yeah, 100%. So recently added, for sale, I have on here. So yeah, this Bounty Hunters game. So I guess it just was added because it's going to show up. Maybe they didn't know they were getting copies, but now it's going to be there. I don't know how much it is, but it's going to be there, whatever. Harrow County was just added to the list. We've seen this on lists before. Because it did come out earlier this year, it looks like, but it's going to be there for sale now. Maybe they got verification that their truck can get there on time or whatever, you know, or they finally got their email read at BoardGameGeek.com.
And sometimes you see like a big chunk, so you know that publisher just put all their games on there.
And the other cool thing is, I know lots of people, as soon as this list gets posted, like a month or two ago, there's a lot of content creators that will like make articles or videos going over the games they're most excited for, just to be first, but then they're always missing out on like half the list, because this list, the first day it gets posted, is not even near complete. And like Mel said, things get added recently. So your best bet is like, yeah, it's cool to see what is mentioned in those videos, including this one. But even like tomorrow, something could get added that I wish I knew about today, but I don't. So
yeah,
those aren't the end all be all, and don't assume those content creators have like prior knowledge, because I don't either. I'm just going by the same list you can look at. But just like the event system at Gen Con, it's constantly being updated up until the convention. So don't just lock it in and think, oh, I know what the top games I need to look at or demo or buy or whatever based on this video I watched in, you know, May or whatever. Because it's inaccurate and probably out of date. And like I said, some publishers, even though they're on this list saying they'll have something for sale, things might happen and they don't actually get them there, and they're not actually there for sale. So if you're planning on going there for a certain game, don't ever do that. Go there for the experience, the events, the people, but even events get canceled. Yeah, it's crazy. So just go for the overall convention. Never go for just one thing to buy, because yeah, it can let you down big time. But yeah, anyways, okay. So in no particular order, I'm just going to close these touch it ones. Yeah. Okay, so no order here. These are just, I just literally opened these as I saw them or cared about them, as I was looking through, making notes. I follow publishers on like Twitter and social media and things, and I get publisher emails for like the last few months. Every day I get like handfuls of emails. Hey Rob, we're going to Gen Con. Here's the games we're promoting. And I'm like, oh cool, a bunch of family games. Thanks, not interested, close, done. But sometimes I get emails that are like, hey, we're such and such game studio. We've sent you games before. We've played with games with you. We talked to you. We've demoed stuff to you. We have this here, Rob. You will probably want to check it out. So sometimes I add them from emails I get, unless they say this is NDA and like, you're not allowed to mention this yet, and it's going to be a surprise at Gen Con. Some of those things I can't talk about. But I do see that stuff. So some of this I grabbed from there, and maybe is not. It's probably all on the list for sure now. But yeah. Anyway, Radlands, Cult of Chrome. I love Radlands. I like 2-player competitive card games. That's one of the things that drew me to the hobby and kept me in the hobby, was playing 2-player competitive card games. Currently, my lifestyle 2-player card game of choice is Star Wars Unlimited. If you don't want to go down the rabbit hole of buying booster packs or LCG expansions or all that stuff where it costs thousands and thousands and thousands and thousands of dollars and your time to play those games and keep up with those games and get all the content for those games, if you just want that type of game in a box, and we've streamed it on the channel, is Radlands. It is one of the best 2-player competitive card gaming experiences in a box. That's super replayable, makes you feel like you're playing a competitive card game against each other, you know? People always compare it, like people are always like, I got out of Magic the Gathering, I stopped playing it after so many years, it costs too much, there's too many things, it gets overwhelming. But I miss that days of just playing with my friends casually even. How do I do that? You go buy a copy of Radlands is what people recommend online usually, because it's a single contained board game experience. Up until now, it had no expansion, so it was just contained, very replayable, feels a little different every time you play based on all the variability of the different setups and camps and stuff like that you're playing against. But this is a tiny little expansion of 32 camps and 10 rebalanced camps. So it's like, these guys are ones to update the rule books, rocks the games, and try to balance games in the future, which I like. So even though Radlands is pretty balanced, I felt, and like people think that, I guess it wasn't completely. And after the community got a hold of it, probably for years playing it, they felt there's a few camps that maybe needed some errata or whatever. Well, if you want to get those 10 rebalanced camps plus 32 new camps to add some more replayability and variability to your game, they have a tiny little expansion that supposedly will fit in the box. And they have 2 versions. They have, because we have both versions actually. Like I have one that travel one to take the family is just the regular retail version. I also have the deluxe version with the mats and the premium tokens and the PVC plastic cards. You can buy both at Gen Con supposedly. I'm sure you can buy them on their web store and stuff too later. Like you don't need to do this at Gen Con, but I just want to get the PVC plastic cards because those weren't easy to get in Canada.
Right.
So we had to grab our Radlands Deluxe at Gen Con because I didn't want to pay the crazy shipping to buy it from their web store in the US because it was horrible shipping rates to Canada. And no store in Canada I could find had the deluxe version, only retail. So this is one of the cool parts about what Stacy was talking about before, going there for specific snacks in the US. No, now my priority is going there for specific gaming products that I can't get in Canada unless I literally pay way too much for shipping. It's like a ripoff. Or, you know, I just grab it as I'm part of there. So it's like, yes, I'm paying to go to a convention. It's super expensive, but it's like, this is part of the fun of like grabbing something down there that I can't easily get here unless I like pay a ton for shipping, basically, or overpay too, because the exchange rate and stuff sometimes is bad. But down there, sometimes you get deals on things like this. But this is brand new. They're going to have it there. It's not going to blow anyone's mind. This is not the craziest thing ever. But again, this list is personal to us, and it's things that I'm excited for to add and games that I like and want to add to my collection, or games that just have themes that look interesting. So yeah, it's just a tiny little expansion.
Yeah, I think you might have even said it before. This is not a list of like what you should be running for at Gen Con.
Yeah, this is just people,
what we are kind of interested in out of the list.
Yeah, people ask us. I wouldn't say it's a must-buy, Dan. I love Radlands a lot.
I think he's saying for himself.
Oh, well, yeah, he just said it's a must-buy. Oh. But in general, like, I don't think it's a must-buy even if you love Radlands. Like, it's literally just 32 new camps to shuffle in the deck that you may or may not see every time you play. Like, it's literally, I feel a little cash grabby, because the game is pretty solid, and it's like, you know, it feels like kind of the chip theory thing when they're like, yeah, this is the trove chest and everything's going to fit in there. We're not going to make really any more Too Many Bones products. And then they keep making more Too Many Bones products and somehow still fits in the trove chest. I don't know. But they find that space. They said for this, the kind of the same statement, remind me of chip theory, where they're like, yeah, this will actually fit in. Like we basically had the restriction of we could only make an expansion that fits in the main box that you own, whether which version you buy. So you don't have to worry about your storage solution being garbage anymore. Which I like, but it's literally only a little deck of cards. Like, okay, sure. Maybe it's amazing. Maybe it really changes the game, but I don't see this really doing that much. So it's not a must buy, but it's just something I want. And if I don't get it, I don't care. But it's cool that it's there and I want to grab it. So there you go. That's all. Hopefully that makes sense. But saying an expansion of 32 cards to a camp deck for Radlands is a must buy, that's way off. That's way off. No,
Yeah,
no,
so
no.
he is saying, for me, it's a must buy. We have 3 copies of the game and have tournaments at home. Yes,
Yeah.
100%. I
yeah.
agree with you.
Yeah, yeah.
For you, yeah.
Okay, that makes sense. If you play the crap out of it,
Yeah.
yeah. If you're in tournaments for it, yes.
Yeah, that's also fun that you have little tournaments at home for it. I love that.
It is that type of game, though.
I know it is.
It's like literally like making a cube for like whatever game and drafting from a cube from your favorite like collectible card game. It's like that kind of idea, if that makes sense, because you're just playing from the same deck, and yeah, it's like that makes it like replayable. Lots of one-ofs of cards and stuff. Yeah, it's cool. Anyways, the next game, based on me recently streaming, a game that I should have had like a year or two ago, Resist. Supposedly they made a second version, and I was gonna just skip Resist and play this version, but then my local game store got Resist, and it was very reasonable. But this is the like reskin, retheming, retweaking of the game Resist. I don't know if you need both, but people were telling me in the chat before I even got Resist that maybe I should look at Witchcraft. People say Witchcraft is better, more refined, not as still difficult, but like it's improved supposedly. Not that expensive. I'll probably just buy it locally, but because I think it comes out like around the same time as Gen Con, and like
because this is already out technically, right? 2020.
No, well, crowdfunding.
Crowdfunding, okay.
This is the problem. So some games people already had for months that are on crowdfunding, but people like me who've been avoiding crowdfunding for like the last 8 months on purpose, waiting for things to hit retail to see. Because if you ignore crowdfunding, you save lots of money, and your collection gets built of more higher quality games, I feel, because you'll wait till later. And if a game really is that good and delivered from crowdfunding, people love it and they make a second campaign, you'll hear that noise later. And publishers will pick up games from crowdfunding, even publishers that didn't crowdfund them will pick up some of those amazing games and bring them to retail, you know, kind of like Asmodee, you know, work with Awakened Realms or whatever to bring like Nemesis to retail, you know, things like that. So if you just pay attention to like what is hot at the consumer end through the local game store and stuff, the really great games will make it there, right? They will make it there somehow, and you'll hear about them later. And get this, they'll still be good. And you usually save tons of money because you don't have to pay for all the stretch goals and the Kickstarter exclusives that are sometimes useless. I've ranted about this before, but so I'm kind of trying that out this year as an experiment. It's completely like try to 100% ignore crowdfunding. So you'll sometimes see release dates and you'll go, oh, this game's been out already. But really it hasn't. It's just like delivered to backers.
Right.
And then finally the retail copy is showing up, you know, so it's still like new, you know, if that makes sense. So for me, this game's not available to buy locally yet.
Right. Not yet.
But it should be by the end of, I think, end of August, early September is supposedly when it's hitting retail. Something like that, I think. But if we're there, and it's there, I might grab it, reasonable price. But again, I'm not like, I could just buy it at home. But it's something that I'm interested in, so I should mention it. It's there. You know?
Cynthia picked this up at UK Games Expo and got the last copy they had. That's awesome.
Oh, that was you that did that. I heard about you. No, I'm just joking. That's awesome.
That's awesome.
Yeah, so I want to try it. But again, it's like, I'm not going to lose sleep if I don't get it till like September, buying it locally at my local game store, which it'll be there and won't be hard to find, you know? But it is on the list, and I'm excited to try the game. I did like Resist a lot, so I want like a witch fantasy theme kind of version. It's kind of funny. All right, there's another game I'm excited for, because if you've been paying attention to the channel or me at all, know me from since I got into the hobby, the publisher of Fantasy Flight Games is the reason I got into the hobby and stayed in the hobby because of some of their amazing games they made over the last few decades. That were license themed, Game of Thrones, Star Wars, Lord of the Rings, all that kind of stuff. But they had this little designer there named Corey Konecka, who's been on the many boxes that I've owned and loved and have kept in my collection, and some of the best gaming memories I've ever had. Corey Konecka's names were on those boxes, and he used to work at Fantasy Flight Games. Technically pretty much still does, because if you know, I'm sure it's still a thing. It was originally. When Asmodee North America happened, it really just was, they just took over Fantasy Flight Games building. Then all the publishers that are under them, a whole bunch of them, literally work out of the same like strip mall office buildings, you know, including, there's a few, but Unexpected Games is Corey Konecka's studio. He left FFG, quote unquote, and now is in charge of his own studio. Asmodee let him break off, and he was able to make whatever games he wants to make. So over the last few years, he's made some unexpected games, some weird games that people are like, oh, these are weird. Some games people are like, so they're okay. Nothing great. Nothing I've ever heard were like amazing. I could be wrong, but nothing I heard were amazing. I never bought any of them after seeing them at Gen Con or reading about them or checking reviews and stuff after the fact. But out of nowhere, the Star Wars IP, which we know Fantasy Flight Games and Atomic Mass and other studios under Fantasy Flight Games work on, Corey Konecka, they announced like, oh, Unexpected Games is doing like a Star Wars Mandalorian kind of Gloomhaven Jaws of the Lion play out of a book kind of game, where you play through the first season, multiplayer. Yeah, it has some hidden elements and envelopes and stuff like that. It just looks like a fun little kind of family weightish campaign game that we like. I love the Star Wars IP. I love licensed games. I love stuff out of Fantasy Flight Games. And this to me looks 100% like a Fantasy Flight Games game. So it's like Corey was like, yeah, I'm done making these weird games. I'm just going to go back to what has done well and sold well for me, is let's just make basically a Fantasy Flight game is what I get from this. It's like 100% like a Fantasy Flight product, but not Fantasy Flight, if that makes sense.
And
but he literally probably works in a cubicle like down the hall from where all the Fantasy Flight games are designed. So anyways,
I'm not even a super Star Wars fan or really a Star Wars fan, but I love the Mandalorian show, so I'm super excited to play this game.
So I'm really excited for this. This is not, I saw a post on BoardGameGeek from Corey, I think, said that this game is not going to Target and Walmarts and big box stores. I don't know if it's forever, but not at first. It's going to be like find it in your local game store, which is kind of cool. I thought this was one on the way down, we stop in a Target and find on the shelf there, but it's supposedly not. They're going to just release it in local gaming stores, which I think is cool. And they'll have it at the convention. So I already found that it's in a bunch of my local game stores. It's already there to pre-order. So I might just do that if I can't get a copy at Gen Con. Because I feel like a lot of people are going to be like buying this one up, and I don't know how many copies they have, but because it's Mandalorian, right? It's going to be popular. Mm-hmm. But yeah, just something I'm excited for. I love thematic, games with IPs on them. I'm horrible for that, but I do like that. That's my jam. And probably while I talk about it, I should probably bring some pictures of the table spread. So yeah, it's just like playing out of a book. The map's on the book. You put your tokens and little standees on there, and you got your cards you play, and it slowly teaches you the rules. It also has like kind of an Aeon's End little deck that you like draw from to tell you like kind of how to play the game, and then unveil the story for you and what to do next and stuff. You're playing from like like an organized deck, if that makes sense, that you're not supposed to read ahead on. But look, like even the graphic design, like that's 100% like the graphic design is straight out of a Star Wars Fantasy Flight Games product. Like yeah, which makes me feel all warm and comfy.
Yeah, it looks very, very pretty.
Yeah,
I like it.
I don't know where there's like envelopes in the box and stuff. You can see, I watched an official unboxing for it on Unexpected Games YouTube channel, where Corey, the designer, is like unboxing it, and there's envelopes in there that you're not supposed to read till they tell you. So there's like some kind of hidden stuff in there, which is cool.
Another one of our favorite things.
Yeah. Okay. So there's a game called Undaunted Undaunted 2200 or 2200 Kalisto. We finally played the Undaunted series. We like it. I like it, at least. I don't know if Mel likes it that much.
Yeah, I did like it.
But it's based on like old war. Well, they decided like people love it so much, let's just do what publishers do, and let's slap a different theme on it and try to sell it again.
I'm more excited for this one though than the war theme.
Yeah, this does look, this is different. They did change a bunch of things, but it is using the base system. But it's not like tile built boards. It's actually like full board game player boards, or not player boards, sorry, full boards that are double sided. So there's like 8 different maps that you play on instead of building the maps with tiles, which obviously makes that up probably a little quicker. But yeah, it's just like, space mechs, like sci-fi kind of theme to it, which does look way cooler, to be honest.
Mm-hmm.
Like, yeah.
And for me, more of a theme that's like catchy to me.
Yeah. It's got like that, like alien / nemesis / like kind of.
Yeah, I agree with you.
Warhammer Space Marine kind of vibe. I don't know. But yeah, I like the system. I like the system. It's like kind of light war game. Not so heavy tabletop miniatures wargaming. Just like lighter version of that, which I'm all for. So yeah, so I want to. I know this will be available locally too, so I want to go check it out there. I want to see like more of it explained. So again, I might not pick this game up, but yeah, I want to hear their sales pitch. But it was one I saw on the list, was like, ooh, Undaunted with a different theme. That could be good. Okay, next is this game. Again, Slay the Spire. I know people have been asking for me to try this on the channel for like ever and told me I should back this. I would love this. You should play this. And when I tell them I've never played the video game, they boo me. They throw things at me. I know. But when I was looking, I was like, all right, I see the game's going to be at Gen Con. I guess I'll take a look now. And I look and found out it was deck building. And I was like, all right, I'm in. I love deck building games. So I'm going to try it. I don't know if it's any good.
That's with 2 players. So I'm excited to play this with you potentially.
Yeah? Okay.
Well, that's what this.
Oh, on the screen you're saying.
On the screen
yeah.
it says, yeah. I don't know if somebody has played it and
that's with 2. Okay.
Vouch for that, but.
Yeah. So the problem though is.
I've never played the video game either.
Hold on. I don't know if I'll get it for sure. I do want to see it in person. Because again, the video game is not swaying me one way or the other. I should play the video game. I know I'd probably like it, but this is the problem. When I saw the price, I was like, no way I'm going down there and paying $170 plus tax and carrying this giant box probably around. I'm assuming for that price it's going to be heavy. And I saw it at my local game store as a pre-order up for way cheaper than this, like saving lots of money. And then I realized, oh, the listed price is for the collector's edition. And you know me, unless like I know for sure I need it, I probably don't care for the collector's edition, which supposedly from what I read on a BGG forum post, somebody asking, it's just like player mats or something and metal coins. Like I don't need metal coins, but anyways. So what I'm going to probably do if they don't have the regular version there and the game doesn't wow me in person, I'm not buying it. I'll buy it at home maybe. But I am curious to learn more about it. And that's all I'm saying here. So please do not hold me to it. I may never play this on the channel because I may never buy it, but it's something I want to look more into and it's going to be there and it's for sale. But I don't want the collector's edition. I don't think so, unless for some reason they tell me I need it because of something.
Not for that price.
Yeah. Sometimes I also will be persuaded by premium upgraded components for streaming purposes. If it makes the game more organized on stream or easier to follow as I play through. So if they do have some kind of, here's a mat that organizes things better than what comes in the base box. Maybe I'll do that. I've done that before. But I know sometime on Etsy you can solve that problem too.
The hard part too is that sometimes you go there and you have the, like, I don't know what it's called, but like you're in Gen Con and you're kind of like focused in and it's just everything looks so pretty and you
I've
must
described
have
that before.
it.
Yeah, links in the video description about like.
Okay, I don't even know how to describe that
Yeah.
or what that would be. But you have like these goggles on that everything just looks like you must have it. Ganji, thank you for being a member for 21 months.
Thank you for the long-term support. It's excited to see you two again at Gen Con.
Same, we're excited to see you
if you can find us. I mean, what?
We're excited.
You gotta catch us first. I'm just joking. Can't wait to see you too.
Yeah, we're getting very excited.
Can't wait to see you too. Yeah.
Yeah, con goggles. We'll just call them that.
Okay, it's part of a couple things. It's part of. Okay, so this is a thing I learned about a long time ago. Walmarts do it. Casinos do it. Where they don't have windows, they don't put clocks on the walls, and they lock you in and control the environment heavily. And the lighting and sounds and everything is like scientists were involved in engineering it to make you see things in a different light, literally, make things look more appealing, make you want to stay there, make you want to spend more money. The same thing at Gen Con. You're in a giant convention hall, there's no clocks, the lighting's nice, the atmosphere is great, colors everywhere, sounds everywhere, excitement everywhere. The people demoing the game know the best buzzwords to tell you about it. They have it laid out on the most beautiful table on like a custom table with a custom mat, custom dressing on the table. to make this game look so great, they put padding inside their booth on the floor to make you feel comfortable when you're in their booth. So you don't want to leave and go back to the regular aisles where it's hard concrete, hurting your feet. So you just have a better aura like wash over you as you're in their booth being explained about this product. It's like car dealer sales kind of stuff happens too, with the kind of sketchy, like desperation sales tactics are thrown. You buy 2 games for a deal, we'll throw in this promo. You buy it now, look at this game. This game literally, like when you shuffle this deck of cards in this game, like your life will change. Like they'll tell you these kind of like things, slang, like to get you to want this game. And this game is the best thing ever. You need to buy it. And we'll even knock $10 off if you grab it now, special Gen Con exclusive. Like you look like somebody who knows what they like. Like, let me show you this game, you know, car salesman stuff. It's funny, but it's a mix of all those things. And that's what Mel's trying to explain is like, you're there and everything looks better.
Yeah.
Everything looks better. Then you bring it home. And I used to describe this related to like when I was a little kid. I learned this originally on those commercials for G.I. Joe toys, for example, or Transformer toys. And the kids are playing in this perfectly built like beach scene with trees and grass, and they're playing with their friends, and they're flying a plane and they're landing on a aircraft carrier that's actually on water, and it all looks so amazing. And then you get the game and you're like playing on your carpet in your house or outside on your driveway, and you're like, this doesn't look like as cool as the toy did on TV. What the hell, man? They got me. But yeah, they just make everything look more appealing there. By setting the background around it, just makes everything look so much better.
Yeah.
All the miniatures in the games usually are painted, custom terrains and stuff around things. Yeah, like the demo for Frosthaven's like literally a custom 3D made terrain maps and stuff, and they have people playing that and like telling them about the game and trying to sell them the game, and it's like you get it at home and you have like warped cardboard and like misaligned printed cardboard and cards, and like everything's printed on the cheapest paper stock ever. But when you're playing it at a convention, it's like they have the most premium everything painted up and all that stuff. It's like it's just sketchy marketing and sales tactics.
Yeah.
But they're trying to make sales, they're trying to pay for their booth. It's all a marketing budget spend, so it's like, yeah, they got to do it. But that's the problem. So, but I've learned over the years to see through that. I play a lot of games on my table at home. I can visually see how the game will appear on my stream. I look at it from that perspective, or how will this play at my family member's house and on their table with their kids. Like, will it appeal to them? You know, I've gotten good at that, no matter what is coming out of the, you know, the Charlie Brown parents' mouth of the salesperson or the demoer as they're talking to me. It's just womp, 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 womp. And I'm looking at their game like, yeah, okay, pal. Well, this is nothing new. This is not great. Like, how much did you play test this? It doesn't look that good. Like, you know, you realize you're just copying this other game that's like exactly the same as this. Like, stop trying to act like your game is like blowing people's minds. Like, cool story, bro. Next booth. Yeah, so just watch out being tricked there, and that could happen with this game, but they're not going to get me. But yeah, anyways. So yeah. Slay the Spire. A deck building game, fantasy theme. The video game is really good, supposedly. I don't know. That's not a reason to buy a board game though, but we'll see. We'll see. Now this game, or expansion I should say, is for a game we've actually played and streamed on the channel, which I really liked. It was really cool. And I remember when we were streaming Sorcerer, go search Sorcerer Rob's Gaming Table if you want to see more about this game. It's from Wise Wizard Games, the guys who make Star Realms, Hero Realms, 2 great games that I freaking fell in love with. Love those games. They make other stuff too, but they made this card game Sorcerer. It's designed by a different designer though, but published by them. And it did good on crowdfunding, the original one. We finally got it years later. Thank you to Wise Wizard Games for providing us a copy at Gen Con a couple of years ago. We played it on the channel. I freaking knew I would like it. And I loved it. It's an awesome game. But when we were streaming it, people were coming in that stream, I remember, and going, oh, Sorcerer Endbringer is expansion I backed years ago. Still haven't got it. I'm mad. I want this expansion. The expansion should make it even better, blah, blah, blah. And everyone was saying they're like, when I hear there's people who want to like, you know, burn down things because they're mad they haven't got their thing, it's like their thing's probably really good then. So the passion there made me go, oh, I want this expansion whenever it comes out. I missed the crowdfunding. Let me know when it hits retail. And I know Wise Wizard Game stuff always comes to retail and locally, so I can always find it in Canada. It just comes a little later, and it's totally fine. That's why I usually don't need to back their crowdfunding campaigns, because I can always, yeah, a couple of my local game stores literally have like shelves full of their products, and they always have stock, and it's like, yeah, even no matter how hot it is, they can always get tons of it, which is nice. But when I saw this expansion was at Gen Con, and I got an email from them after I saw it, and I put on my list, I'm like, yeah, I'm going to go probably buy this. They emailed, hey, Rob, we have some games here. If you're interested in any of them, let us know. Maybe we can get you a review copy. I went, oh, this is awesome. Perfect. So keep in mind, I might be lying to you and full of bias because I'm being provided a copy. This game might suck, but I might be lying to you just so that I get more free games.
We haven't played it yet, so I don't know.
I know. I'm just joking. I didn't care, but it lined up, and I asked them, can I pick up a copy of this? And they're like, yeah, sure, come by the booth. So we'll hopefully grab a copy of this, unless they act like they don't know us all of a sudden when we show up to the booth. But I would probably still buy a copy, because this makes Sorcerer a co-op and solo game. So if you watch our playthrough of it, it's like a 2-player game, basically. I think you can play more than 2 players in the base game.
Yeah, I think
But it's like a team
game, right?
I don't remember.
Yes. Yeah.
There's like a 4-player mode, but it's one of those like fake 4-player modes, I think, if I remember correctly, but I could be wrong.
Yeah, they're like team, I think.
But I definitely like playing, like, again, I like 2-player competitive head-to-head kind of card gaming games, and this is that 100%. Very beautiful game. Like, I mean, beautiful. Like the graphic design, the art, the gameplay, all great. The deck construction, I love the modular stuff in it. But go watch us play it. Like I explain it in that video and show how it works, and we play through a full playthrough. But they're finally bringing out the expansion, and well, I guess I should be clear. The first big box expansion. Wise Wizard Game is very known for making tons of mini expansion packs of things. But I guess this makes it 1 to 3 players, solo or cooperative, and adds like boss decks and stuff to it. Adds Nemesis decks. So instantly I was like, okay, I gotta play this. I gotta try it. Another reason to look at this beautiful game on my table. So I'm excited for it. Will it be good? I have no idea, but I'll tell you if it's not, that's for sure. But yeah, you can come in and watch us play this, I'm sure. It's gonna hit retail, I think, in October, is what they said. So we'll stream it sometime before then, so that you guys can make educated decisions based on seeing a playthrough of it before then, hopefully. I'm assuming you're joking. Michael R. says, do you think Sorcerer was as good or is better than Massive Darkness 2? Kind of on the fence.
I think they're very different.
I know. That's why I think he's joking with us.
Oh, but...
Right?
But no, I feel like you're not
They're not even in the same realm.
You're kind of on the fence. Yeah, they're definitely very, very different. Like, I can't compare them.
Yeah, that's weird. Like, price point way off. Game mechanics way off. Theme way off.
Mechanics are very different.
Nah, I can't. Why? I'm not sure. Yeah, that's weird. I can only buy one. I don't know, do more research. Maybe one of those 2 games is not what you should be buying.
We did play both of them.
If you can only buy one board game, I probably wouldn't even list those 2 games in the top 100. I'm just kidding. You do you. But if those are 2 games you research down to, you buy whatever. I can't. Yeah, that's a weird one. A weird one.
Yeah, they're very, very different. I can't compare them.
So strange. Like, one's like your co-op dungeon crawling, rolling handfuls of dice, having a fun time playing a zombicide game, basically. And the other one, you're basically playing like, kind of like, you know, I don't know, it's weird. Yeah, it's so weird. I don't know. I think you're messing with me, because that just made my head hurt. All right, another game, which I don't know if it'll be good. This is, remember, I get swayed by like themes and nostalgia sometimes. If I play an awesome dungeon crawling fantasy game, all of a sudden I want to play more dungeon crawling fantasy games, and sometimes a lot of them suck. That applies to all different games, right?
Mm-hmm.
But I grew up in the 80s, 90s. This game is based on the 90s, playing 16-bit video games, aka Sega Genesis, TurboGrafx 16, Super Nintendo, arcade games. But the idea here, and I have fond memories of this, is going to the video rental store, begging my parents for money, trying to rent a game for the weekend, maybe trying to beat that game, or trying to rent it the next weekend, hoping my save is still on the copy that I rented, and trying to convince the person at the rental store to get me the right copy. And, you know, or sometimes I'd hide the copy of the one that I rented and tell them to hold it for me for the next weekend, because I just want to continue my save file. But sometimes I just had passcodes written on a paper, so that didn't matter. But this game is literally themed as a child, like doing chores, borrowing money from your parents or grandma and all this kind of stuff, based on the description. And you were like, it's like a point salad game, basically. A point salad game of you playing different video games or beating different video games. And it looks like, I don't know, it doesn't look that amazing, to be honest, but just the theme and reading the description, and it has like fake little video game covers that make them look straight out of the 90s, you know, that don't look anything like the actual video game, of course. But I guess it's like translated. I don't know, why aren't there more pictures of the actual game? Oh, here, I guess. Here's the spread. Here's the junk you get in the box. So yeah, like this is not blowing my mind seeing the components or anything, but the theme of it, I think it would make a funny game to stream, because like obviously like it would just help remind me of those heyday of like literally all week at school, can't wait for the weekend to come so I can rent, you know, Friday the 13th for my NES and convince my parents it's not as bad as the whole actual movie that they've seen, and just so I can try to beat it. Yeah. Mel's just like quiet. She's like,
No. I would definitely play this.
video games are for boys at that time.
No. We had video games. I had 3 brothers. We had video games in our house and whatever. So I will get the nostalgia, but I think it hits you different.
Yeah. Like literally, this is like what drove me. A lot of my decisions I made in my youth were all around video games. Like, yeah. And then like the local arcade and stuff. Spent many hours at the local arcades. Yeah, at that time, like lots of money spent on renting games, buying games, asking for games for birthdays and Christmases, and like that's where I lived. Was just like, yeah, like I said before on the channel, like I loved when like the weather outside was bad, because then I could stay in playing video games and my parents couldn't get mad because they were like, what else am I gonna do? Yeah. So you're transported to a nostalgic setting in the early 90s where they step into the shoes of children, balancing multiple activities such as earning pocket money, studying, and immersing themselves in the captivating world of 16-bit gaming. From flipping through video game magazines. Oh yeah, that's the other thing. As strategy magazines you can get that can help you with beating games to earn more points. Like, yeah, it's awesome. To renting games, asking your parents for gifts, and spending hours pushing buttons, the game captures the essence of that era. Mechanically, players navigate through the game by strategically selecting chips from an action grid, each activating a corresponding action effect from the column or line. The challenge lies in managing resources like money, button chips, and IOU chips, adding depth to decision-making as players strive to maximize their points through completing games with poker-style chip combinations, exploring new releases, and accomplishing varying mission objectives unique to each playthrough.
It just sounds kind of fun.
It sounds kind of fun. I don't know.
Like, it's not something that we're going to play like over and over again.
Yeah.
But it's definitely something that we would play with different groups of people, right? Because I think even people maybe that didn't grow up in the 80s, maybe they were more like 90s, they can still understand some of it and still get some of that nostalgic. So I think playing like with some of my brothers would be funny, or like with Kyle might think this is funny. I think you guys will have a blast with it if we did play it.
Nintendo Power. Exactly. Collecting Nintendo Powers, or when my friend had a subscription, because of course I didn't, because I was one of those kids that didn't have, like, I couldn't ask my parents for that kind of stuff, but we didn't have that kind of money. But yeah, I had a friend that had a subscription to Nintendo Power, and like, yeah, as soon as he let me know, by calling my landline, hi, is Robert home? Robert, phone. Hey, what's up? I got the new Nintendo Power.
You gotta go, hang on, or hang up.
Hold on.
I got it.
I'm jumping on my bike right now. I'll be right there. Let's do it. Yeah, for sure. Yeah. So I'm interested just based on the theme. The game might suck. The game might be horrible. I might be able to design a better game about this
We can
theme,
look at it before we even.
but maybe it's gonna blow my mind. But yeah, I love that stuff. This one, I was told I should care about this one, and I don't always care about stuff from leader games, however you say that. But I love Root. Root is one of my most favorite games I've ever played. I have too much for it and have not played. And this looks like it's the same kind, might hit the same kind of audience, but also it's like kind of like their version of like space theme. Like I picture, again, I've never played Twilight Imperium, and I know like maybe I shouldn't compare that to this. Like Forbidden Stars, or like, and again, I shouldn't compare that. Like that game's probably in a whole other level, or Star Wars Rebellion, whole other level. But the idea of playing competitively with other players, you know what this reminds me of is Scythe. Has some of the same taglines and things that remind me of Scythe: competing, stealing resources from each other, pissing each other off, fighting over things. I like that kind of stuff. And this doesn't seem as heavy and or as long as you'd expect from that type of game. And I like the art. I like Root. I would give it a chance. But from what I'm being told, this game is like pretty good from people who've played it off crowdfunding, but not everyone likes it. But I would like to play this with Mel and Kyle, because they liked Root, I think.
Yep.
And again, maybe shouldn't be comparing it to Root, but again, it's the same like artist and designer as like Root, you know, like, so I'm sure there's some kind of like, you know, design philosophy. If they want to make money, they better learn what they, you know, did in their most highest selling game, you know, not their games that don't sell. But yeah, it's just like one of those like fighting over resources and territory kind of games, which again gives me like Forbidden Stars vibes, or like, but again, that's like a, you know, way more expensive, probably way more complex kind of game. But this just looks like the way Root looks cute, but it's like really a competitive war game where you're pissing each other off. This looks like a cute space game, but it looks like, you know, if you look closely, you're like, oh, it's competitive and you're gonna piss each other off, which that's all I need.
Kind of looks like it's drawn on a chalkboard.
Yeah.
I like it.
It's neat. I don't know. But where some space games I can't convince Mel to play, she wouldn't want to play, maybe I can trick her because this looks more cute and approachable.
I will play them, but I will be honest if I like them or don't like them.
But yeah, I don't know if this will be any good, but it's supposedly really, like, people are actually have it and are saying it's good because it's one of those ones, like I said before, that already is out on crowdfunding. People have their copies, and this is, I'm assuming, going to be like a retail version. And I think they're having copies early here versus regular retail. So if I can get a copy here, great. If I can't, I'll just order it later, you know, maybe. Unless I find out later that it's like, you know, maybe some of that initial buzz was people just trying to make themselves feel better with the hundreds of dollars they spend on crowdfunding. So that's also something I learned over the years, is when backers are telling you a game is great, you can't trust that sometimes because they're already passionate. They're probably already super fans. The ones who backed it, you know, they don't want to be told that they spent their money poorly.
Right.
So they will try to just tell you it's great, you know, to not be embarrassed that they bought junk. But like, I'm not afraid to tell you that, you know, I wasted my money and this is garbage. So I might just play it because it looks interesting. But again, I have Root and I love Root and that like is great, but yeah, so I don't know.
Yeah, I want to take a look at this for sure.
But I'm not waiting in line for this, and I'm not gonna get stampeded to try to get this there. Like, when I know it's gonna be out in retail, like just like any other of their games, you can find them in retail no problem. Like, yeah, some publishers you just know they're like, it's going to retail, you don't need to back it. Like, yeah. But that's that one. Arcs. This game called Pagan has supposedly been out for a while. I remember that when this was on crowdfunding, somebody told me about this, or maybe I looked at it on a coffee chat stream or something. But it's a competitive 2-player like kind of card game. But the cool part is that instantly caught my attention when somebody said, Rob, you like Netrunner, right? And I said, yeah, Netrunner was awesome. And they said, yeah, this kind of gives Netrunner vibes of like two players playing against each other, but there's deduction and you're both asymmetrically playing. Like you have different like kind of rules on your each side. So it feels kind of like a little two-player game of Netrunner, you know? Or Android Netrunner, I should say, to be more specific. I never played Netrunner. I've only played Android Netrunner, if that makes sense. But
this game does look very interesting to me.
yeah, and it has like this fantasy kind of witch hunting theme, and I just want an excuse to play this on stream and yell "burn the witch" out multiple times. So the fact it's coming to retail now, and it's published by Capstone, not by some random, Kickstarter company I've never heard of, means I can buy a retail copy, and maybe I can get it there. But I wanted to play this before. Like literally like 2 years ago, I guess, I was already interested in it and was like, oh, I'll check that out later. And I never backed it or anything, but I know it's been on Kickstarter, I think, a couple times. And I've heard nothing but good things about it. And again, I love a theme. I love competitive games, two-player games. My opponents don't always love those kind of games, but I love them.
I'm fine with it.
Yeah. So this looks like something I would love. So I want to try it. Grab it if I can. If I can't, I'll get it later.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to this one.
Because again, it's Capstone Games, so now I know it'll show up in Canada at local game stores too, which is nice. I don't have to pay like over bloated costs on crowdfunding for all the extras put in and the shipping and all that stuff, which is nice. Because I am just a consumer of board games that doesn't want to get ripped off. All right, this game, I don't know if it's good. This kind of goes in the video game champion kind of category, I would say. That is kind of like the idea of it is instantly, if you're like, hey Rob, you love theme in your board games, so you can play a game where like you're in a tank blowing each other up, or you're a superhero, or you're an elf, shooting arrows at orcs. Like, okay, I'm in. Now, if you tell me, Rob, you can pretend you're back in the 80s and 90s, like collecting comic books at your comic book shop, or yeah, just like the video game champion one. If I could tell you I made a board game about renting video games as a kid in the 90s, I'm like, I gotta try that, right? Like I have to. I've played games about watching birds and they were good. Like, it's not always the theme, but I get drawn in by theme. That's always the way I pull people into the hobby, and it's easy to teach people a game. When you can explain a theme that interests them, they'll listen to the rules usually, right? So when you tell me this is a game about collecting comic books, cool. When you tell me it's got the Marvel license, which I can convince Kyle to play with me, I'm more interested. So this game is actually just like it's like a set collection game, just trying to collect sets for points, but it's like you're collecting comics from different eras. I don't know. It's probably not mind-blowing. It's not game of the year kind of material. But again, I'm a sucker for theme here, and you came to this channel, you want to see a list of games I care about. It's not going to be the same as a list of the general population cares about, I'm sure. And you're probably looking at me shaking your head like, this is not the 3-hour heavy replayable Euro I'm looking for, Rob. And that's not my wheelhouse, right? But this kind of cheesy fun stuff is. Maybe it's not the best for streaming, but I could have some fun with family and friends playing this for sure. And it's just a game called Comic Hunters. I don't know.
Well, not all the games that we play can be huge, in-depth, like campaign-style games. We have to have some of these games to cleanse our palates, or
or that don't weigh us down too much as we're carrying stuff around the convention hall. Let's see, this one could fit in my bag, and I don't have to carry it in a bag banging into people. Yeah, sure, I'll buy this one. I can get it back to the car without dying on the way. No, I'm just joking.
Yeah, it looks kind of cute.
Yeah, but again, if I can't get this game, I'm not losing sleep at all. A lot of these games, literally almost every single game on this list, I don't care if I don't get there, and I don't care if I don't get it all, to be honest at this point. I have so many games to play, so many games to stream. Again, the problem with Gen Con is like there's like 500 to 600 new games for sale, even more games for demo on top of that. It's very noisy, lots of stuff there. But some of the games I don't even know about that I'll see there, I might find more interesting, or demos for future games sometimes blow me away more, and I'm trading business cards like, I want this game. This game's I can tell this game is a better game. Like, but the problem at Gen Con, you're just looking at all the games there, and sometimes games that are there look better because they're being compared to the other games there. And there's lots of games that maybe don't appeal to me, and some that are objectively, based on people's opinions, are not that great. So games like that have one unique little feature bubble up a little more than they would when you're looking at all the games that come out all the time and all the games available at your local game store and on crowdfunding and all that stuff. Some of these games, when you put them compared to all of that, they're not really that great. But when you compare them to the list of 500 games that you could buy at Gen Con, yes, it's easier to make them look better and feel better about buying them. But I'm not going to fall for that. So these are just games I'm interested in. But realistically, some of these ones I'll buy later at home. I probably could order some of them already today. I don't need to buy them at the convention. But I want to look at them at the convention, maybe demo some of them, maybe just hear the elevator pitch, maybe talk to some people at the convention who just played it. Some of the people we know that are going to the convention, maybe they've already owned it on crowdfunding. And like Kanji, for example, I could see at the convention, and he already has played some of these games. And I go, Kanji, tell me, without cameras on, like, you can tell me the real deal. Not what you do on your channel. You can tell me the real deal. No, I'm just joking. And, you know, someone's just hearing that from people that I know that spend so many hours with us. I respect their opinions more than I do someone who maybe played half a playthrough on their channel, you know what I mean? Like, if that makes sense. Rabbit Hole Podcast, sorry. Thank you for being a member for 20 months.
Thank you so much.
I'm Ellen Robb. Hope to run into you guys at Gen Con.
Same. Hope to run into you.
It depends. You
I don't know.
smell
Have we met
nice.
before?
Like, did you put on deodorant recently? If you didn't, honestly, I don't want to run into you because, like, my nose is sensitive. And no, I'm just kidding. But not really. But yeah, yeah, we hope to see you too.
Yes, hope to see you.
But yeah, that it? Oh yeah, there's one more thing. There's one more thing that I
just had one that I want to show you as well. So you tell me if you want to
Mel
do that
wants
first.
to talk?
Just no.
Mel wants
you can talk about it, but it's just one
This
game.
is my channel, Mel. I'm supposed to talk over you, interrupt you.
No.
It makes everyone mad. I love it.
In the crazy list of things, not too much, like obviously the ones that Rob has showed here. It's called Intent to Kill. There wasn't like
I'm going to stop talking over Mel because
no, I think you might actually like
she's trying to send me a message right now.
No. I think you might actually like this. It's best of two players again.
I don't even know about this one.
I think
maybe I just scrolled right by it.
I think you may have. But you're like scroll down to like
okay, hold on. The detective leads a police investigation against the murderer. Okay, I'm listening.
And this kind of theme is really interesting to me. So
all right, tell me more.
I'm just trying to think. Where did I see what was cool about this?
It's a thrilling detective noir game in which you find yourself in the middle of a police investigation. You can take the role of a notorious serial killer, while the other shall become an experienced detective. Oh,
so you're literally, it's kind of like Fury of Dracula in my brain of like where one person is playing kind of as a serial killer trying to, you know, do its thing, while like, the other people are trying to, or the other person is trying to like talk to witnesses,
yes,
and stuff where some of them are lying to you and giving you false information.
This is like Watergate or whatever, like that kind of game, like asymmetrical kind of idea.
Yes, but in more of a theme that resonates to me.
That 100% resonates more with me too.
I need to see this. This is definitely one I want to see first, and maybe even like a quick demo of it. But just in the quick few seconds of like looking through some of the pictures and just a quick read of this was like, oh, that could be very interesting.
So the game is very, very different for each of these roles. The murderer has to plan every step while hiding their motive. The detective has to collect evidence and question witnesses.
And then when I read that,
all of them are truthful.
When I read that, I was like, oh, that's kind of exciting.
A new murder is committed each round. The detective can, we got to play this.
Yeah, so
100%.
To me, this kind of looked really interesting.
2-player, competitive, asymmetrical. This is what I just said about that Pagan game.
True crime is like my theme.
I love true
this
crime.
Kind of stuff. You do too. Yeah, like the podcast, the shows, all of it. And I was like, this one, like, I don't know how hot this will be and if it's like...
Well, we shouldn't have said it on the channel, so then now we can for sure get a copy. But now we just got excited about it live on stream, seeing it for the first time.
Oh, I didn't look at this. Like, yeah.
All victims can be of no more than 2 different ages. Murderer's motive, psychopath. Fucking teddy bear.
Yeah, so I just thought this looked kind of neat. just one that I wanted to look at, and you definitely kind of miss it. And then this was kind of cool. I saw like you can actually like make your notes of like who you talk to and what they said, what age they are, like.
So you have to play this role because you're the note taker.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Yeah. Now sold out. Way to go, Mel.
Sorry, just one that I was like.
We're just kidding. This game looked like trash. That was all a joke.
No, definitely one that I want to check out.
Is it for sale there?
Oh, I have it open here. I
closed
hold
the
on,
preview.
I can go back to.
Let me see if I can get the preview back up.
I feel like it was, which is why I was interested, because I think did I have sale only? Where's my
What was it called again?
Intent to Kill. Yes, it's coming out in August and $35 US. So
where is this? This is Hobby World.
Yeah. And again,
oh, Hobby World. That's the publisher. I can picture that logo on the front of that box. That one deduction party game where you're like, what's it called? Where like you're in different places and the Spyfall.
Oh, yes.
I think.
But yeah, this one just kind of caught my eye as I was browsing through, and Rob and I look through a lot of lists together, but then I do look through the list on my own where some of these kind of like little hidden things come out.
Okay, so they obviously publish other games that are not theirs. Yeah, they probably publish games in other languages, other countries too and stuff. Yeah, this is not helping. Yeah, maybe we just have a English version of some game they've imported or something.
Oh, it's a Russian publisher of European board games.
Whatever.
Okay.
I can't picture their logo other than on that box I feel we own.
Okay, and then one more, actually, sorry, this is another one. And it's not one that I necessarily think I want to buy, but I definitely want to look into. It's only for demo, and it's Everdale Duo. Did you see that one?
No.
Okay. Just another one that I'm interested to peek at. That one, yeah. This is for, I think it was for demo coming out in October. Not much information here, but it looks like it's kind of like just like a head-to-head version of Everdale, which...
The standalone game in the charming world of Everdale is made especially for 2 players. It offers competitive head-to-head gameplay and also a robust and exciting cooperative campaign.
Oh, I didn't know there was a campaign.
Featuring an innovative turn structure, over 75 unique card abilities, and more than 30 different events to achieve, Everdale Duo is an expansive and addictive experience with each easy setup and swift playtime. All new campaign mode for endless replayability.
So yeah, this one is only available for demo, and it is released Q 2024, but I just want to take a peek at it because
Q4
2024, sorry.
Oh, so it's like a holiday release for this year, but they don't have copies for sale yet.
No, but it's something for demo that I just want to peek at.
Yeah, that's good. Okay, that's why I didn't see this one, because I literally filtered for sale.
Oh, okay.
Because I leave all the demo stuff for like when I'm there to see it. Like usually a good game that they really want you to try like will be fully prominent. And, like you can see sometimes there's giant crowds around it too when you're like, why is there a giant crowd at this booth? And then you kind of like squeeze around and you're like, oh, this person's demoing this game. Okay, we'll come back later and like write that game down. Like that looks like something like that might be good, or there's some reason people care.
Yeah.
Let's check it out later, you know? But if we go by this and they have 6 of them out on demo tables and nobody's trying it, then I know let's just keep on going, you know?
For sure. But yeah. No, sorry, go to your last one. Sorry.
So the one last thing that I'm excited about, which I probably won't be able to get, is the Fantasy Flight Games is putting out a convention exclusive pack of 6 promo cards for Star Wars Unlimited. And supposedly at San Diego Comic-Con, this was released this weekend, and they only had 200 copies per day, and literally vendors were running in line before the hall opened and getting all the copies, and the fans didn't even get any. But you can find this on eBay for the low price of $300 to $500, or buy a pack of 6 cards for $100 at the convention. Yes, I went on about how things are too expensive, and I don't want to pay shipping, and I want to save money, and I'm not a collector, and then I'm like, I want to buy a pack of 6 cards for $100. But I'm a huge villainy fan in this game, and the fact that I can have like a collector Darth Vader on my shelf is kind of cool. So yeah, I'm gonna try, but I don't know how many copies I'll have a day. But yeah, it's gonna be super limited, and maybe I'll grab a copy, maybe I won't. I won't lose sleep if I don't. Yes, they're doing a ticketed system for Gen Con 100%. If you want to find more information, check out Fantasy Flight Games or Star Wars Unlimited on Twitter. They explain how to do it. But it's going to be limited. It's going to be hard to get. So again, but at least I don't have to waste my time waiting in a line, which is sweet.
Yeah, I like the system way better.
Yeah. So if I don't get a ticket for it randomly, then I just go on with my day and don't care. But if I get a set, that's great. If I don't, who cares?
And even if you do get a ticket, you can go to the booth at any point in the day, which is amazing instead of having to line up there. Yeah.
Again, if this was a hero pack of heroes in the game, like heroism characters, like, you know, maybe a Luke Skywalker and a Chewbacca, like I wouldn't care.
Do you think that's next year?
Probably. If this sells, if like people are literally trying to kill each other for these things, then I don't see why they wouldn't, because it's literally a marketing thing to get people to come to their booth.
But do you think the cards instead of black are white?
Yeah, I don't know. Who knows?
I mean, they look pretty.
Look at those glowing lightsabers all over those cards. But yeah, I'm just excited for it. But if I don't get it, who cares? But it's just a cool thing that I'm at the convention already. I'm playing Star Wars Unlimited almost every single day in events. Maybe I can grab this to come home with. That would be cool. But I don't really care if not. But yeah, it's neat. No speed walking. This is literally like you go on at 9 a.m. every day. They're going to release tickets online. If you get a ticket, you have a chance that day to go pick it up. If you don't get a ticket, you don't get a chance to pick it up. And if you don't go and pick it up because you got busy and you forgot, you can't get it the next day unless you get a new ticket. So no one has to wait in line. You just try to get it online in a lottery. Same way they do their hotel system. Same way they did their event ticket system pretty much. Is the same way they're doing this. So it's just random lottery. If you're online, you got lucky enough to get one, you're locked in. But it might only be like 200 per day. So that's literally nothing to a convention that's going to have like 75,000 people at it, you know, like, so if I don't get one of the 200 a day, I'm totally mathematically okay to sleep soundly at night knowing I missed out on it. Who gives a crap? They're just promo cards. They're not, that you can play with them if you want, but they're not different than the cards I already own. So who cares? But I mean, that Darth Vader looks sick, like all black. Palpatine, I love this guy in my deck. Yeah. Kylo, playing him in my current Vader deck right now. But again, I don't think I'm gonna try to buy three copies of this going to different conventions to like have a play set in my deck or anything. Maybe in a Twin Suns deck that has only one of limitations on cards, might be fun to have a cool looking Count Dooku and a Vader in your deck, you know?
But then you have to hope you see them.
Yeah, but that's like all the cards are one of, so like,
True.
and people are trying to build whole hyperspace foil Twin Suns decks because they're all one of copies, right? So like this would be perfect for a Twin Suns deck if you're like really want to bling it out. This is blinging it out to the next level. But it's just something at Gen Con that I'm interested in.
Nope, I'm
not going to lose sleep over, but it's there. I'm there, might as well try, right?
It's exciting.
Yeah, it's neat. All right. So, next. Any questions? Yeah, sorry, I wasn't answering a lot of questions in there. Anyone who was asking, I was saying earlier to leave them till later. But we are going to go through quickly the digital program book. But we're going to answer a couple questions right now. Kenji saying, Mel and Rob, I don't know if you already talked about it because I was late to the stream, but did you take a glance at Star Realms Academy? No. Is Star Realms Academy is they're like my first Star Realms, right?
Oh.
There's like a Star Realms Legacy game, maybe that's it. And then there's like a My First Star Realms, which is like a product too. Yeah, Rise of the Empire is the Legacy game, I think. Yeah, Star Realms Academy is like a baby's version of Star Realms.
Yeah.
So if you want to play with your kids, that's great. But already Star Realms works with kids. It's super basic. But yeah. No, we don't. I passed over it because it's like, I already have tons of decks of Star Realms in different versions. Like, I already played them. I played that with like Chelsea when she was so young. Yeah, that's like you don't need a kid's version of that game. But it probably does look nice for like whatever. But no, that's not on my list of things I'm interested at Gen Con. Oh, just putting it out there. I do love Star Realms. I said that already on stream. Hero Realms, Star Realms, love it, but there's nothing from those games at Gen Con that I'm interested in. I don't think I'm even really interested in the Legacy one. But I might check it out. But like I already checked it out. We checked it out like 2 years ago when they were showing it off there. I checked out like a prototype version of it and stuff. I love deck building games. That's just not one that I'm tying to this Gen Con that I'm like excited about. I would say like Slay the Spire is more that this year for me of a deck building game. I'm like, oh, let me see this one. And how different is it? And is it worth my attention or not? I don't know. Or is it just more of the same? Oh, Kenji says there's another game recently about making board games and going to cons and selling it. Trying to get to #1. Can't remember what it's called. I think I've heard about this actually. I did hear about this game actually.
Oh, I just remembered something else that I'm excited about, but that's not like necessarily a game, so just don't let me forget.
You can talk about it right now.
The one thing that I want to check out is that Arkham Horror room.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I don't know too much about it.
Yeah, there's supposed to be they have a room this year that's all the different Arkham Horror products from all the different publishers under Asmodee are all going to be on one location. So there's like an Arkham Horror like LARPing event. There's Arkham Horror novels, books, whatever. There's Arkham Horror RPG stuff. There's I'm sure Arkham Horror the card game stuff, board game maybe. All that stuff is like FF or Asmodee, I should say, has a room that
like
they were advertising. That's like, if you want anything Arkham Horror, go to that room. I don't know what else is there.
Yeah, I'm excited. I just want to go check it out and see.
Yeah, I do want to look at that there. I forgot about that.
Yeah, I just remembered that too.
I'll probably remember it too when we get home from the convention. I'll remember that. Or no, on the drive home.
I got to make a note.
Yeah, on the drive home, I'll be like, oh, remember that? Oh, we didn't look. Oh, Tabletop Inc. Oh, that's cool. There's a cool new Arkham Horror book out. Yeah.
Oh. I did like I think I only read one of them though, the like short stories, the
Well, Ruben's gonna do the Arkham Horror LCG event, playing that big like convention scenario.
Oh, nice, thanks.
That's cool.
That's awesome.
We've done that stuff in the past. I like that stuff. That's a fun experience. And you'll have like the designers will probably be there too, like just hanging out with everybody or running the event and stuff. So you can like talk to them and things. That's neat.
Yeah, that's definitely cool. Stacey says, are there other things that you guys are after? I want to get a set of the 2024 Gen Con dice. Oh, and then it scrolled away. Oh, and then the 2024 Exit Advent Calendar. I'm not going to get the 2024 Exit Advent Calendar because I'm behind now, which is fine.
And those come out at our local game store. Yeah. And I already have one for this year for Mel that I ordered earlier in the year. So we have one. But yes, if you're caught up on them, grabbing them at Gen Con is great, right? Because you get it, now you have it, and you don't have to worry about trying to get it around the holidays when it comes out.
Yeah, so I'm behind now, so we're good.
But I've noticed locally those get reprinted, and they have even the older ones in stock and come out like at least once a year. They restock on those. So I feel like next year maybe we'll pick whatever. Maybe we'll pick the one that came out this year. It does look cool though. I saw it in the list and was like, oh yeah.
Yeah.
But
so that's why I didn't talk about that one. Yeah. But they're definitely super fun.
Yeah, those are like available locally, and we don't like need to like get them at Gen Con, but it is cool for people like maybe who don't have those stocked at their local game store all the time.
And because I think I'm behind, so potentially I can get them like discounted too. So
Scott, thank you for the super chat. The $20 for hydration and snacks at Gen Con.
Thank you so much. I appreciate that. Thank you.
So are you literally like, I'm supposed to buy one of those like hot dog wieners that are rolling on that thing? Like that's what you're giving me money for? Like one of those hot dogs that's like sitting there in the convention hall that's like been cooking there for like a week. That's what you want me to spend that money on? I don't. It's kind of not nice. I'm just kidding. I know what you mean. I'm just kidding.
Scott, thank you so much. Thank you. We will use it for fun, hydration, and snacks.
At Gen Con though, only the ones that are like at Gen Con.
Oh no,
I'm just kidding.
At Gen Con.
I know, I'm just kidding. If you've ever been there or been to any kind of event at a convention center and seen those like booths inside the convention hall that are like selling, stale nachos with like flavorless cheese on them and like
And pizza.
Yeah.
That's been sitting there all day.
Pizza that tastes like cardboard. Yeah. That's what's at the convention, like in the convention. But if you go outside Gen Con, there's food everywhere. That's all amazing. But yeah. I know what you mean, though. I'm just messing. Thank you, Scott. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much. Thank you. You guys are so generous. Thank you so much. Oh, the Arkham Horror Room is in the Crown Plaza Grand Central Station Ballroom A to D. Nice. Okay, Stacy, thank you.
Yeah, it was shared, like, I saw it on social media.
Yeah, it's definitely something cool that I want to do.
You put it on a list?
Yeah, I got to put this into my phone, but yes.
Yeah, because, like, I will forget. Yeah, let me put it on my list of, like, games to check out there. And, like, I have a list that I put, like, games and the booths are at, so I know to, like, go check them out. And I keep updating it like every day, even at the convention. I'm like adding games that I need to go back. Like, oh, it was too busy. I didn't have time. I'll go back on Sunday and look at that game. And I have to add it to a list or I completely forget.
Oh, but I don't think we, like, while you're doing that, I don't think we really answered the beginning part of Stacey's question about, like, if there's things, like, other than games that we're kind of excited for. I know we like to look at, like...
She only wants one answer. It's to see Stacy again.
Oh, and that is
to have some drinks with Stacy. That's literally...
That is for sure.
That's the only other thing I'm excited for.
To our wine night.
That's the real... You just gotta you gotta tell them what they want to hear, okay?
Hopefully it did mention, okay, Stacy, this is just for Stacy because nobody else really cares. I'm speaking just to Stacy right now. They did say in the Block Party blog.
Oh, I have, we can.
But they did say one thing that I thought was funny. They talked about the wine slushies. So hopefully they're cold this year and not water. last time
was the machine like broken
well,
or like
I think
too many were being sold?
I think not last year. Maybe it was the year before. We were too early. So it wasn't like slush. It was just like cold wine.
Kanji, thank you for the super chat.
Oh, thank you so much, Kanji. Thank you.
Thank you. Says, bribe money so you will wave to me from 5 miles away so I can say, Rob and Mel saw me.
For sure. We can do that. You don't have to bribe us
for that kind of money. I'll run up to you and hug you.
We'll have a sign.
I will wear a shirt with your picture on it. No, Angie, thank you so much.
Oh, that's funny.
Oh, they didn't see it. I will go unseen. No.
No, we got there. Sorry. I was just finishing my thought there.
Yeah.
We got there.
I'm trying not to like interrupt Mel and like let her finish and like, yeah, it's like trying to finish my thought without losing like what I was trying to say. It's like a mess. Jacko, thank you for the super chat also.
That one hasn't popped yet.
It hasn't popped, but I'm going to call it out now so I don't get in trouble for missing that. Please notice Kanji. Oh, I see.
Okay. Oh,
let's pretend we didn't notice that one either. And maybe someone else.
Sorry, we haven't.
Because we do need more money for Gen Con if I'm going to be buying any of these games I mentioned. Little do they know, I have no funds to buy anything. I have to walk around promoting the game Touch It to try to earn money so I can buy other games.
Then you might need money for other things.
We'll touch it for game money. Wait, what? I mean, I will demo Touch It for game money is what I meant to say. So the joke never stops giving.
Oh my
Jacko,
God.
thank you so much.
Thank you so much. We've noticed Kanji. Yes, we have. Okay.
Yeah, we're good.
Locator Gaming says, how much does it cost to avoid hugs?
Locator,
the standard rate is $20.
Locator, I am in debt to you, my friend, in my mind. So like, you just don't want me to hug you. I just won't. I'll do whatever you say, basically, at this point. I cannot forget the amazing little. I still thought of it the other day too. Is the I was actually, where was I? And I saw, maybe it's like my YouTube feed. I saw a video pop up for that hockey game. Trick shot. I was gonna say slap shot. Trick shot, and then I still remember like, oh my God, I have that penguin set painted, and like I even thought about it when I saw it. I was like, oh yeah, yeah, that's awesome. But thank you again for that, by the way. But yes, I will not hug you if that's what you would like. Yes. I'm in debt to you, my friend. I am so in debt. All right.
Are you doing program book or blog?
Oh, what I wanted to do, and this is what I meant to do right at the very beginning, but then I totally like brain farted and squirrel. But I wanted to show here.
This is what happens at Gen Con though, just in general.
Yeah. If you're going to Gen Con, here's what you do. First step, you go Gen Con Indy, then you click here to get a badge, okay?
If you don't have a badge, sorry about that.
Oh, that didn't show up there. Oh, damn it, that failed. I think it's right here. Final notice, gamers. Only single day Sunday badges are available for purchase. All other badges are sold out, so it's too late. But when I was talking at the beginning of the stream, telling about it's too late to go this year, I meant to bring this up on screen.
That makes sense.
And be like, literally, it's too late to go this year.
Unless you want to go Sunday.
It is sold out. It didn't sell out till like a couple weeks ago, which is not as crazy as when it sold out during the 50th anniversary. It sold out like months in advance. I felt like it was. Maybe it was a month in advance or something like that. It was definitely earlier. But again, this Gen Con is going to be freaking packed. They are working on an actual, there's streets still closed this year for construction because they are adding a new hotel downtown and expanding the convention center for future Gen Con expansion. So hopefully in the future, the con will get bigger and be able to support more people and have more events and stuff. But yeah, it's going to get bigger. They already worked with the city to like expand for it and stuff, which is crazy.
Stacey might be able to comment, but I thought that the hotel opened this year, like just recently.
No, I don't think so.
I thought I saw the new hotel was open.
Oh, maybe.
But Stacey is our local resident, so.
Yeah. Well, we'll see when we get there in a few days. But yeah, so badges are sold out. They're not selling any at the convention, supposedly either. Sometimes you can go to Gen Con on a day and buy a ticket for that day. They're not selling any type of tickets on site this year, which they've done in years past when it sold out. But when it sells out, it's going to be jam-packed. Like, wall to wall, the hot games are going to sell out even faster than before. Like, that's why I'm setting my expectations this year to go and know that a lot of those games I'm excited for, I might not even get because they don't have enough copies or they're limited, or I didn't want to wait in a sweaty line of crowded people, or their badge was just, or their booth was too jammed. So I'm okay with that. My primary goal this year is to go see people that I haven't seen since last year there, see some people I haven't seen since before COVID, playing in the FFG event area, where I'll be playing Star Wars Unlimited a bunch of the hours of the convention, vlogging, streaming, all that kind of stuff, and checking out games that I'm interested in, maybe future covering on the channel. So that's what I'm trying to do this year. It's not so much about walking around with giant bags of games, trying to grab all the games there. It's more about just checking out some games there, seeing what's going on, learning some things, building some relationships. That's what I'm doing. So,
Christopher S., thank you so much for clicking that join button.
Thank you for clicking the join button. Thank you for supporting the channel. Thank you.
Oh, and I'm wrong. It is not live yet, or it's not open yet.
Oh, okay.
Rabbit Hole also.
Yeah, I didn't think so.
Okay.
Oh, okay.
Thank you. I thought I had saw something about that.
No.
Maybe I'm.
No, it's still under construction. That's why they still haven't put the block party back over there or whatever. Or
okay.
Yeah, and there is
so that's why they moved the block parties to accommodate the construction?
Yes.
Oh, I didn't realize.
Yeah. And right here, if you're interested, they have an updated Gen Con Block Party 2024 guide about the changes and the updates, which I saw. I remember Mel was telling me that Stacey was talking about, right? I think it was Stacey was saying how they were trying to find a new place to go meet up on, whenever, I think like Wednesday night or whatever, different place, because like,
Cole suggested to not be outside in the heat.
Yeah, the heat. I think a Wednesday though in the evening is not the worst, but I know in the daytime, like I don't like sitting out there too long.
Mm-hmm.
But they have updates. They have updates that we wouldn't have mentioned in a previous stream from last year. So that helps. Scott, thank you for gifting 5 memberships. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Very generous. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much.
You guys are too kind.
Thank you.
No, Matthew, I was ignoring your questions about Wednesday because it's like not really relevant to most of the people watching the stream. Because again, like I don't even know like this Wednesday meetup you're talking about. I don't know if I'm going to be a part of it. Like I'm not sure either.
Yeah, like we're not organizing anything.
Yeah.
So like
we have no meetups other than like event tickets we bought really that are scheduled. But if we are around after grabbing our press badge and all that kind of stuff, yeah, I might stop by to grab a beer, like I've done the last few years, almost every year pretty much. But There is like
So right under scroll
there's
up.
like updates.
Yeah, it's just this bolded this one here.
Enjoy cold beer, wine, iced coffees, burgers, pizza, food trucks, and more delicious eats. All this is basically out behind the convention center, I should say. This is the block party. So if you don't want to run too far away from the convention and get some food at food trucks or booths or buy some drinks, there's like unlimited pop refill booth places that you can spend a whole bunch of money to get souvenir cups to drink pop all weekend and stuff like that. Or just chill away from the convention. It's not quiet. I can't say it's a place to get away from the convention because it's literally bumping music. There's trains going by every so often. It's right beside the train tracks. It's by all the dumpsters out back of the convention. Not the best place for it, but it's only here because they had to move it from where it normally was out on Georgia Street. It's now behind the convention center between Lucas Oil Stadium and the convention center in a parking lot, basically, where you can just go sit down at a picnic table, basically, and eat some quick food, have a drink with people, or just get some sun and get outside of the convention hall, So that's what the block party is. And in the evening, they play music, have a DJ and all that kind of stuff, I think. They still do that. But they're now featuring cooling misters, which I'm assuming are like the ones we see at like amusement parks.
Oh, yeah.
They're like the fans just blowing mist on you while you're waiting in line for awesome roller coasters. And they have more shade and seating. Because last year, I remember going out and being like, let's sit down to eat. And it's like every seat, people are standing and eating because there's nowhere to sit. And there's this pure sun, like pure cooking in the sun. But already what I knew what to do, because I'd gone for so many years, and I guess this is a tip for you. If you don't want to sit out there, it's actually in a better spot, in my opinion, because I can go there and get drinks and food. And then you just literally cross the street, like go by where the food trucks are on the road. That street is closed. Police have the street closed so that you can just walk in the road and buy at the food trucks and stuff. But just cross that street, go into Lucas Oil Stadium. Inside Lucas Oil, right up the stairs and in that door, is where everyone drinks and eats during halftime and stuff at football games and things, where all the restaurants are in there. And last year, the restaurants were open.
Yeah, they were.
And I'm assuming those will be open this year because it's so packed and they sold so many tickets that you can go inside Lucas Oil and buy some stadium food if you wanted, or bring your food from there and just cross the road and go sit in or stand at a table inside air-conditioned Lucas Oil Stadium out of the sun. Or you can sit in the stadium seats and just watch people board game down. You can sit in like the stadium seats like behind me here, basically, and see the whole floor of people gaming, behind me here, like this, basically, this shot. And you can just sit there eating your food and having your drinks while you're watching people play board games, if that's what you want to do. Rather than sitting out in the sun, listening to the music being so loud, it's a little more quiet if you're looking for that, cooler, private, if that's what you're looking for. But that's what we were doing. If we grabbed any food not in the evening, when the sun was kind of going down, you could just walk it into here and eat it. I'm assuming you could still do that. I don't think we're breaking any rules or anything, but
I don't think so. And they're now being more specific about it that you can this year.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Oh my God, it says it in the next line. I didn't read that, honestly.
That's okay.
I didn't even read that far. And easy access to the stadium, where you can dine indoors with refreshing air conditioning and free Wi-Fi. Guys, I for real didn't read that. I was just like, oh, they fixed outside, but
yeah.
You didn't even need to be outside because you could just use that area.
Oh yeah.
And they're telling, okay. Okay, so it's totally acceptable. Okay.
So I think
I wasn't sure if we were like breaking any rules doing that.
I don't know. But last year, as you said, they did have all the food open last year, which they did not the year before.
Yes.
So I don't know. But also, Rabbit Hole Podcast says it looks like they added a giant tent there as well. So
oh, cool.
It looks like there's a nice big tent outside of the block party to provide more shade for people, which will be good.
Yeah. So if you went last year, years before, it was annoying to you because the dumpsters or the train or the loud music or the lineups. I guess the lineups are still a problem, but I should say lineups to sit down, even like to wait for an empty seat. Hopefully they fix that. But again, more people are going this year, so did they add enough seating for that? But again, if a lot of people, like we would go across the street and it was empty.
Yeah.
Like there were people eating there were people buying food, but it wasn't a known thing last year.
No.
But yeah, if you're looking for food and you like eating food at a football stadium, that those are open selling food. Like there were a couple in there open, which was like shocked me. I was like, ooh, it smells good in here. And then I look over and it's like, oh, you can buy food out there and just eat it right here at a table in the air conditioning. Very nice.
It looks like some people didn't even know that there was a block party because Doug says, I didn't know about the block party, so...
Yeah, because they moved it. Normally you would see it because you could see it through the windows while you're in the halls of the convention center. It's like right outside. People are like funneling to it, just follow the crowds. But now it's like hidden out back because of all the construction they're doing down there. So like unless you come from that direction or you park at Lucas Oil Stadium, like you're not going to see it. It's like hidden behind the convention center on a street that's closed to traffic. So it's not like you're going to drive by it by accident either. So yeah, you got to know it's there. I'm sure they probably put up signs directing people there, but maybe they weren't noticeable. I don't know. And there's the official beer, the cinnamon roll for initiative. Ale with cinnamon and lactose. I guess it's supposed to taste like Cinnamon Toast Crunch cereal in your beer.
Yeah, it does say that.
Mmm.
I don't
Hopefully
think
it's cold because that beer warm would be amazing.
Warm cereal milk. I think they equate it to like breakfast cereal.
Yeah, I got to try it, but I don't know if I want to buy like a 6-pack of it though. So maybe I can just buy one because that's a little, it probably is fine. Like, I don't think they would make giant batches of it and sell it in packs if somebody tasted it and was like, ew, this is disgusting.
I do agree with Stacey. The can looks awesome.
Yeah. I always love it for the can. It's like, I wish I collected the cans over the years and like put them on a shelf, but I'd always bring them home and then just like, I'd drink it and like, okay, I can't keep an empty can. I don't know where to put this. I don't want to save some junk. But yeah, it's a cool idea to like collect those. All of them look cool. Every single year, go look up the Gen Con beer. Some of them have like dragons on them and D20s and stuff. It looks super cool. But yeah, Wednesday night, I think is what Matthew's talking about, is the tapping party. So 5 to 10, they start selling the beer. They have a DJ, tons of foods being sold, lots of people outside having a good time, people showing up, getting off their flights, going down, picking up their badges. Badges start selling at noon on Wednesday. You can pick up your badge if you didn't get it mailed to you. If you're from anywhere but the US, you need to go pick up your badge there. Go grab your event tickets, go grab your program guide, go grab your coupon book. Grab all that, and then at 5 p.m., come on outside, and you can grab some food, have some drinks. Again, we should be around there at that time, maybe, but I'm not making any promises, because if it's like, if it's too packed or too hot, like, we have a big day the next day, always the Thursday of the con. We get up super early, we gotta wait in lines, we're live streaming multiple times throughout the day. I have multiple events I gotta go to, running in the con, getting in lines, trying to grab games, all that stuff. Thursday is like, tons of we're up so early and stay up so late on Thursday that like I don't want to start the con off being like up really late or down at the convention. Like I want to be like winding down and like chilling and resting. I know I'm old and it sounds bad, but like this is supposed to be work for me. So
yeah, we definitely don't go to for 5 to 10.
I'm not staying there till 10, but maybe we'll stop by from like 5 to 6 or 7 or something, grab a beer, say hi to people who we know there, and then take off. But if you're interested, it's a good place to go though. And if you're looking for something to do on the Wednesday night, this is one thing you can do. Another thing is called the Stink, which I see talked about online. I know about it from past years. We've never gone.
No. Because
I always thought you needed a ticket, but you just need a ticket to guarantee yourself in, but it sells out super fast. But it's in the Crown Plaza Hotel, I think it is. I think that's the hotel, the one with the trains in it. I'm pretty sure. It's right across the street. But in their ballroom there, they have tables. It's like a meet and greet for gamers. And you can go there, and if you have a ticket, you get in right away. Otherwise, they start letting people in based on room they have left. But you can get swag there. You can play board games with people, meet people. If you're going to Gen Con by yourself, which some people do, it's a great place to meet people who might be interested in like things that can help you in the convention. Lots of people there that are running the Stink thing know, like, they've been doing it for decades, and they know everything about Gen Con, and they can help answer questions and help you make you not feel so worried, I guess, for the week coming up. But you can find out more information about that by just going to the event thing and searching up the Stink. I think it's literally called, which is weird, but I don't know. Supposedly a name that describes a gathering of nerds, so they just kind of took the name and ran with it.
Oh,
I guess that's what it stands for. But yeah, that's what you can also do on Wednesday night. Which maybe that's a thing we do instead. never checked it out, and it's hard for me to describe. I know what it is. I've been explained many times what it is, and I should go there, but we've never gone there. Maybe that's where we just go, just to check it out, just to see. Yeah, we'll see. We'll figure it out on Wednesday. We'll see how it's going. If we're like waiting in line for our badges for like 4 hours. I don't know if I want to stay at the convention for more hours after that, but yeah. I got to rest my feet for the next week. But yeah, anyways. There's the official wine. No rough days.
That one was good. I had that one last year. I don't think they're bringing anything new wine-wise.
Yeah, so it's like they partner with Gen Con, but I don't think they're like themed Gen Con wines. They're not like gamer themed like the beer is. But
these are like, I think, actual wines that they sell.
Yeah. Well, this is some of the stuff that's at that block party.
Oh, but the one thing that was kind of cool was the coffee. They have, if you scroll a little bit down, I think they have canned coffee. Oh, maybe it's after all the pizza.
Yeah, this ice.
No, but they actually go in more in detail about it and show, and it's like limited. But this is the pizza. This looks neat.
Critical
I would try
chip.
this. I love jalapenos, so that's good.
Oh wow!
I mean, we could try that.
Fresh Doritos and ranch drizzle. I'm in. Jalapenos.
Depends on how late it is, but yeah.
No, this okay. I have to try this at some point too.
Yeah, I would try that.
Harry and Izzy's.
And then this looks cool. This was their pickle burger, right? With like deep fried pickles on it. Definitely.
Hopefully the lineup for this is not long, because I would like to eat this for dinner for Wednesday, man. I would eat this at dinner time.
Yeah, you should get one. I'll get the other, and then we'll split.
Or I just get both and eat them all and regret my decisions.
Oh, and this taco. Did you see this? They have a taco thing.
I have not looked through this thing. I saved this for looking through it on stream with everybody.
Okay. Sorry.
Yeah. I put it on my list. Like, let's look at this on stream with everybody. Okay, so what do we got here? Meet the official taco sponsor of Gen Con, Social Cantina.
Which I think is new, right? I don't think.
2 options for grabbing great Mexican food and drinks at Gen Con this year. Visit their full-service restaurant on the corner of Georgia and Illinois streets, and at their Gen Con block party tent all weekend. I love like real tacos like that. Oh man. A great taco, that's how it always starts. The official taco at Gen Con will be the one that every paleontologist will be lining up to determine its DNA. Try the Jurassic pork taco exclusively at Gen Con.
And then we have
our pork is so old.
These are all the food trucks that will actually be there on the Wednesday during the block party, which is kind of neat if you wanted to.
I don't remember any names of any of the food trucks I've ever eaten at, so like none of this matters to me. But
no,
I guess.
But I mean, you could.
I wish this list underneath had their like top 3 items they're known for, or like top 1 item they're known for. So I know who to look for based on, like, yes, I know if I want bagels, I go to the Bearded Bagel, right? But like, why? What is their signature item that will make me go there over Big Shrimp Energy?
Like, what do you think's at Chef Dan's food truck?
Exactly. Chef Dan needs a better name. Like, what, Chef Dan, what are you known for? And that needs to be part of your name, you know? Like, I know if I want hot dogs, I go here, right?
Yeah.
But do I also go here? Like, maybe one sells chili dogs and one doesn't. Like, what is your thing? Why am I going to you?
True. I mean, you could Google them. I mean, but
I'm literally going to go Google every single one on this list. You're psycho. Psycho. There needs to be a better list. This is weak sauce.
Now, one thing.
If you're local and you know these food trucks, like I know food trucks local to me because we've eaten them before and they're around our area and they show up all the time and you can follow their social media. But like, I'm not following like 60 different food truck vendors from a city I visit once a year.
Yeah.
Get out of here.
One thing I have noticed is that in the Gen Con Facebook group, for those of you that are using Facebook, a lot of the food trucks have been going and posting their menu so that people can see and saying, we are at Gen Con at this time, this is our scheduled time, this is our menu.
PB&J Factory, Market Square Popcorn.
Oh, they took out, okay, never mind. They have more information about the coffee, so that's interesting. But they showed like the cans and they showed that they're available. Maybe
this wasn't here. Maybe I was in a marketing email, maybe?
No, it was in this one because I thought that's where I saw it. That's the only one I saw. But
I'm getting hungry now.
But yeah, it looked like they had like cold canned coffee.
That's what I want.
That's
what I need. That's what I need.
Which is different
hot,
than like
muggy Indianapolis in the summer.
Coffee. Yeah. So.
Okay. All right. Okay, I guess we could whip through the guide, actually. So I just have this for a visual reference. This is last year's program guide. These are normally around the convention center. They're usually restocked for the first few days of the convention. There's giant stacks of these all over the place. There's guys with push carts full of boxes of these that are restocking all weekend. But when you show up, grab one of these, and while you're waiting in line, you can read through it while you're waiting to pick up your event tickets or whatever you bought. But this is just last year's one. But just to show you, they're normally physical. They release now the digital one in advance, which we'll go through. But they're just full of like good, useful information that maybe on the internet is harder to find. But this puts it all in your hands while you're like, you know, you could browse this kind of stuff on your phone, I guess, while you're kind of sitting in a line or whatever. But sometimes, like we're in the board gaming hobby, right? We like physical paper, plastic items, tactile things, right? So the fact that they still print a magazine basically of this is amazing. They used to have literally all the events were in here too. It was nuts. But now it's just like, you know, policies, information. But there's even other useful stuff. Is, you know, the hall map. You can start browsing like, oh, where's that publisher I want to find in the exhibit hall? If you want to understand the full map, again, this is in the Gen Con app. You can browse this in an app on your phone. But sometimes it's nice to just spread it on the floor with your friends and kind of like figure out where we need to go, or you're just, you know, sitting wherever. But yeah, downtown Indianapolis, like maps and advertisements and stuff. But I just want to show the physical example. But if you're like, well, where's the games library? Well, there it is in the stadium. And when you enter the stadium from the block party, it's on this side of the stadium, not on this side of the stadium, you know, like that kind of thing. But this is like, it goes into the hotels, tells you where everything is. Every hotel around has, you know, a walkway attached and ballrooms, multiple floors, running events, consignment stores, auctions, all that kind of stuff, open gaming. Look at in Union Station, there's stuff happening in some of the meeting rooms and things. Yeah, again, this is last year, but it's going to be similar. Like, it doesn't usually change that much year to year. But if I look at Gen Con like 5 years ago versus now, like they now take over certain areas they didn't used to take over. It just keeps growing and growing. It's insane. But yeah, you can find lots of advertisements, and there's some block party stuff from last year.
Yeah, that's the pizza from last year.
Yeah, there's last year's pizza. There's last year's beer.
I think I like the can of this year's better.
Yeah, so this is what we're going to go through. We're going to go through digitally. And just for fun, while I'm here, here's the coupon book from last year that you can get at the convention, which will have little coupons and advertisements and deals. It's basically just a way trying to get you to their booth, because there are hundreds and hundreds of booths. And these are just different ways that companies will try to get you to come to their booth. But you can pick this up after you get your event tickets. There's a booth that's right beside registration and customer service and all that. There's a booth where you just pick up this coupon book, but there's last year's coupon book. But this you can't read online in advance. So this is one of the fun things I love grabbing when I get there and kind of browse through it. Sometimes there's nothing in here for me, but sometimes there's stuff in here that surprises you where you're like, oh, I wanted to get that game. And if I go there, I can buy it with this and get a 2-for-1 deal or whatever, you know?
Yeah, or like a 10% off at a booth.
Yeah,
Things
so
like that.
that's a thing. Boom. All right. So the digital guide, you can find this on Gen Con's website. Just scroll down. It's on their main page right now. It's the digital program book. But they're going to have a physical copy of this in person. You can grab it, read it. You know.
I haven't looked through any of this yet.
Celebrating 50 years of Dungeons and Dragons at Gen Con.
Oh, exciting.
So, yeah. Right away, you get some advertisements and you open it up here. Oh, they got some puzzles. Oh, they got the Gen Con dragon mascot, a baby version puzzle. Oh, there's your contents. Again, we're not going to go into too much detail. I just want to flip through because I'll probably look at this closer later. Oh, they're going to have that Final Girl North Pole Nightmare there if you didn't get it already.
That was fun.
Yeah. There's a forward. Oh, there's about the artwork for the cover.
Aww.
Elaine Ho drew it, and there's the inspiration and all that. Advertisements, important information. How does electronic ticketing work? Which is something I didn't really know about when we bought electronic tickets, and we had no idea. There explains it, because I remember going and complaining, where's my ticket? And they're like, you'll need to go talk to customer service. And I went there and they're like, oh, guys, it's an electronic ticket. You just show your badge and they scan it, and it's your tickets tied to your badge. You don't need paper tickets for everything. The problem is most events are not digital, so you need paper tickets. So at least this explains all that in here, I'm sure. Show policies, exclusive pins. So there's pin trading there. People collect pins. Different booths have pins. There's official Gen Con pins. In Lucas Oil Stadium, they have certain times and a meeting place where people meet to trade pins. It's a serious thing there. Inventory Hoarder pin. The 2024 exclusive. Character class Hoarder. All right.
I mean, it's clever.
Yep, that's a thing. Code of conduct, be safe. Our values. Again, you can read this all on your own, but I just want to show you, like, see if there's anything in here that pops out. There's the map. This is the exhibit hall map. Open only 10 to 6 every day, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. Sunday it actually closes at 4 p.m. when the con ends. But that's a lot of booths.
Yeah.
That's a lot of publishers. Yeah, and all those booths are trying to sell you something pretty much. Some are just demoing upcoming Kickstarters and stuff, but most of them are there to try to demo something to you and sell it to you. But it is going to be jam freaking packed this year because it's sold out. Like, maybe disgustingly so. But this is how you plan your attack. You look at this list ahead of time, find your publisher, where you want to grab your game from, and plan your route. There are many entrances around this exhibit hall, as you see here in the bottom in brown. Exhibit hall entrance right here. You want to buy something from Catalyst Games, you line up outside this door. If they have something exclusive. Whoa, I can zoom right out on that. How do I zoom back in, though?
Can you click on the page you're on?
Oh, yeah, maybe. That's probably smart. Yeah, oh, there we go. But yeah, that's the exhibit hall map. That's the most important map I'll ever look at for this convention. But again, there's the convention center, like...
Oh, this looks different.
This is the main convention center map. So on the right-hand side here, that's the gaming hall, which has a wall that separates and leads you into the exhibit hall where all the booths are for buying stuff. But then between the exhibit hall and the Hoosier Concourse here in the left top side, there's all these rooms outside of the exhibit hall, which is closed at 6 p.m. But these rooms stay open sometimes all night or later. It's a good way so a publisher can demo and sell stuff outside of exhibit hall hours, basically. And yeah, they'll have signs outside the rooms. But if you want to go check out some stuff from Leader Games, they might have a booth inside the convention center or the exhibit hall, but they also might have one out. Alex, thank you so much for the super chat.
Thank you so much. Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Any chance you'll be reviewing Agemonia? Is that weird color one?
Oh yeah, that's the blue box, right?
Yeah, that was that like weird or purple, weird looking box. I don't know. I don't review games on the channel, to be honest.
Yeah,
so yeah. I maybe will play it in the future, but I will definitely never review it. I don't think. Yeah, no. Yeah, I'm just looking at it on Mel's laptop here.
Fully cooperative board game with challenging moral choices set in an expansive storyline for 1 to 4 players.
If this was crowdfunding, I probably wasn't paying attention to it. Because I've been like avoiding crowdfunding games for a while. Unless like I know the publisher and stuff, I'll kind of like look at stuff, but yeah, so I would never say never, but nothing planned right now. Oh, you meant play? I watched so many of your videos to learn. Oh, okay. I don't own it. No. I don't own it, so like I can't say for sure. But maybe in the future, you know, I get a copy at the local game store. But Kanji's there saying if you want Agemonia, I can send it to you, so no need to spend money. No, that's okay. Yeah, no worries. No, you don't have to send that. I'm sure it's a giant box from what I just saw on Mel's laptop.
Yeah, it looks big.
Yeah, no.
We don't own it, so I don't know.
Yeah, but I'll never say never. But yeah, no plans right now. That's all I can say, I guess. All right.
But But thank you so much for the super chat.
Yeah,
Thank you,
thanks for the
thank you.
question. I appreciate it. Thanks for the super chat.
I like the way this map is laid out, though. Really.
Yeah, and there's other rooms down in the Wabash, however you say it, concourse, where everyone lines up for their event, pick up their tickets from will call. There's all rooms along that hallway too that I always forget, and that's where the arcade is now. Let me zoom in. So down in the bottom right here, these rooms, they get like forgotten, I think, unless people have events in them and stuff. But sometimes these rooms are like Brotherwise Games has a room here. Maybe they're only for their events, but sometimes they're not in the event hall. They might be just outside of it in these rooms. But these rooms get like forgotten, I feel. I always walk by and they're always empty. But like publishers pay for them, but I think they're just out of the way. Like they're a little too far out of the way. But I could be wrong. Maybe they're, yeah. Like that's where the arcade is. And the arcade used to be, the arcade would be like in one of these rooms right here. But what I feel is these rooms up here with all these publishers' names have become prime real estate.
Yeah, I agree.
Because those are the really busy hallways with tons of foot traffic and eyeballs and everyone coming out of the convention center. And as soon as the hall closes, everyone comes out those doors right here.
Yeah.
And then these doors are open and they like, come on in, spend more money in here. We're open late. So I feel like these rooms they've gotten more money for. So then they stick the least popular stuff like the arcade way down here now. But then again, there's those arcade machines like out in the hallway too, so you don't need to go to that arcade. But that arcade has like PC gaming in it and stuff too, I think. Yeah. So this is just the main, like this is like so, I mean, this is like the exhibit hall, plus the gaming hall, plus random rooms where things are happening in. But this is a very small part. There's another floor where there's more rooms upstairs. And then again, all the hotels around. Yeah, there's the second floor. So if you go up on the second floor across from the exhibit hall, there's even more rooms up there. Like CGE has a big room up there. Wizards is up there. I don't know. Multiverse, whatever that is. Paizo's giant ballrooms up there.
I like going past that and
Yeah.
seeing.
Yeah, there's other little rooms up here. Spa room. I don't know if this really means spa, like, or SPA stands for something, but
I don't know.
the quiet rooms up there.
Oh, open crafting.
The open crafting. And there's like the street map. So if you look, there's the convention center, okay, multiple floors. This is where the main hub is. But then you have a whole stadium full of stuff. You have the block party out in the street. You have the Crown Plaza stuff happening, Union Station stuff happening, the Omni stuff happening, the Hyatt Regency, Westin, Marriott, JW Marriott, whatever's underneath this thing, tons of stuff. Yeah, here, JW Marriott, Courtyard by Marriott, Fairfield Inn, Spring Hill Suites are all here on this property, but they all have stuff happening in them, which is crazy. So much. Whoops, I did it again. Yeah, it takes over the whole downtown city. And you can see why all the restaurants in the area like re-theme for the week, selling all like themed items and get like sponsors from different publishers and stuff. There's like stuff in the convention center.
Oh, yeah. Oh, this is the stadium.
Stadium, I should say. Sorry, stadium is what I meant to say. Yeah, now there's even stuff. Yeah, this is new. Well, I mean, it was happening last year, but even up top in the suites, so like the private boxes in the football stadium, publishers are now renting those out and running events and meet and greets and things in those rooms too.
That's cool.
Yeah, so they literally are running out of room in the stadium. They're now using like private boxes and things. Like the convention just keeps expanding and expanding and expanding. It's crazy. It like just starts filling every nook and cranny of like the downtown.
Oh, now we've gone into hotels.
Yeah, so these are different hotels. So like in the Crown Plaza, you can find seminars, workshops, entertainment, board games, RPGs, and LARPs. In the Embassy, workshops, escape rooms are there. In the Hyatt Regency, board games, RPGs on multiple floors. Yeah, like a lot of people don't realize like it's not just like going to, you know, the usual work convention or the local Comic-Con in your town that maybe takes up this like little arena or whatever, this little one room in a convention center or one ballroom in your local hotel, you know? This is like literally taking over like a major American city, like, and all the hotels downtown and a convention center and the local like NFL stadium and stuff. It's in the street. It's like crazy.
And like restaurants too. Don't restaurants host events and
the
things?
mall,
And,
the
like,
mall, the mall would used to have stuff in some of the empty stores would convert into like Publishers would rent the empty stores in the mall that's attached to it out. It's crazy. It's just huge. There's so much going on. You can't see everything. You can't do everything. That's what I'm talking about. But this just shows you on paper, quote unquote, how big it is. It's crazy. Oh, Multiverse is a role-playing game. That's what's upstairs in that room. That's that logo. Marvel Multiverse role-playing game.
Okay, that makes sense.
Oh, there's more Root stuff. Oh, Root the role-playing game.
Oh, fun.
Oh, here's the event partners. These are people that pay money to be like advertised all over the place.
Oh, here's block party information.
Yeah, so again, some of that stuff I was showing you on the website, if you like don't want to be sitting there staring at a screen while you're there, you can just grab this guide and browse through it, or browse through this online at home on a screen, I guess, before you go if you want.
Oh, this is the coffee, these nitro cold cans. This is what I saw.
That was Helm Coffee, the one I was saying.
Yeah, but I don't know why they took that can away and all
Maybe because they might not have any there after all. Maybe they had to recall them all or something.
Oh, maybe. Yeah. I don't know, but it looked kind of cool because...
Level up your caffeine game with the new ice cold brews from Helm Coffee Roasters. Be the first at Block Party to snag an exclusive official Gen Con Nitro Brew coffee can from the Helm tent and stock up with a 4-pack for endless gaming.
I thought it was fun.
And the worst headache hangover you've ever had. Don't wait. Once they're gone, they're gone. Maybe they're already gone. We didn't get there quick enough.
Get there quick enough. I don't know, but
they're
get
gone.
a 4-pack of those, throw them in your hotel fridge, and every morning you just grab one. I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know if I want to lug around cans of stuff. I don't have a room for that. I don't want to carry stuff.
No, you're right. You're right. But I thought it was kind of cool.
Yeah, it's like how much caffeine is each can, and then maybe I can get like buy 2, and that's my day's caffeine. I don't know.
And I don't know anything about nitro brew. Like that was the same thing they had last year, and I'm like, I don't drink coffee, and I don't know what that means.
Cool buzzword. It goes through a special process of using hot water to extract caffeine from beans. Official merchandise that will be all sold out the first day if you want to wait 3 hours in line to buy it.
Yeah. I do want, sorry if you can scroll back one, I do want that ornament so badly. The Geek from the Christmas Geek booth.
Oh.
Isn't that cute? Like we just don't have like a Gen Con type ornament.
Oh, okay.
I tried to find the one last year. They had one last year. This didn't have the Christmas lights on it. It was the
just Genevieve.
Yeah, but I couldn't find the booth. But now I know that I think it was like 11/14 or something. But
put it on the list, please.
I just love Christmas
I will not remember that. We will not see it. That is kind of cute, actually.
Yeah, this was. If you go back one page, I can get the booth number. I think it was 11. Yeah, 11/14. Con. Okay, sorry.
2024 new release, liars. We already know this game was on crowdfunding like multiple years ago. People have copies, but Capstone Games version is a new release. Oh,
thank you.
Oh no.
Thank you, Rabbit Hole.
I clicked. Oh. You
stop. Out of it?
I'm trying to zoom in, but then it clicks and then yeah, I should just click the thing. But I don't want to like roll the mouse wheel because then it zooms in too much sometimes. Oh, add-ons available. So you can buy play mats and things. I don't know if I need that though. I don't even know if I like the game. But yeah, that's cool that they have that kind of stuff there. Makers Market. Discover the treasure trove of unique local vendors at our Makers Market, a vibrant affair where gamers and makers unite to celebrate the best 4 days in gaming. There's just like crafts and stuff.
Oh, Stacey also says nitro is just smooth, so it's smooth coffee. Again, I don't drink coffee, so I don't know what that means.
I've never had rough coffee yet, so I don't know if I need to smooth it out more.
I don't know.
Smooth coffee. Get that caffeine in your system even faster. It's lubricated to go down your throat quicker, I guess. I don't know.
Oh yeah, here's the pin trading you were talking about. Yeah.
Chocolate Moonshine. Our Fudge vendor is located inside Exhibit Hall F near booth 2801. Visit our food partners.
Oh.
Curry Bowl by
Wait, so are these-
1947, located on the second floor. Remember, I've seen they've had food things inside the hall before. I remember
Yeah.
they had like a Philly cheesesteak one time
remember.
upstairs. So people in the Paizo RPG gaming could come out and get some food and go right back in. So they don't have to run all the way like outside.
Pretzels, okay. Donuts.
Maui Wowie.
What do we think that is? That looks like it is. Oh, coffees and smoothies. Oh, okay. That's
Located inside the Maryland Food Court outside of Exhibit Hall C.
Okay.
Oh,
Smoothies,
yeah.
That's a great idea.
I know where that is. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, there are some okay food places inside the convention center. I was joking before about those like single ones that are like inside the gaming hall, but there is a couple areas that actually sell like not bad-ish food.
Oh, they're gonna sell donuts on the way to Lucas Oil. So as you go to Lucas Oil, you can pick up a donut.
Yeah. Okay.
Depends
But again, it's probably still overpriced, but it's
No, I know.
convenience,
It's
you know.
Yeah. And some of it's not always healthy, right? Like donuts,
Yeah.
pretzels, and stuff. But
Pin trading, Makers Market, Club Lounge, special events, the board game library, amenities. Lots of stuff. Stadium suites, that's what I was talking
that's what we
about.
were just talking about, yeah.
Let's zoom in on that. We can find more info. With incredible field views, private rooms, extra seating, and ample counter space, the Stadium Suites in LOS, Lucas Oil Stadium, or Line of Sight, offer a luxury experience for RPGs, special events, celebrity games, and more. It's the perfect respite from the convention's hustle and bustle to take the time for a memorable game. Several different groups, including You Too Can Cthulhu, Huey Cube, blah, 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 blah. Yeah, they're basically RPG rooms. It's basically you can RPG in a private booth at an NFL stadium.
that's cool.
Like that, how is that not on your bucket list if you're like an RPG gamer? Like that's sick.
Not everyone can say they've done that.
Yeah, scan to view events happening in the stadium suites, and then yeah, it'll filter out probably the tickets just for those events. Like that is cool. I don't play RPGs, but like that would be neat.
It's also like a quiet environment too
Yep.
that you can play but still be around the
100%.
action, which is cool.
Yeah, that is cool.
Yeah, definitely cool.
A steamed gaming room or gaming group, sorry. Alex, thank you again for another super chat. Thanks to you, I'm loving 7th Citadel, new biggest fan. I know I need to get back to playing that game, but obviously other games came up. Gen Con's here. I'll hopefully get to play more of that game later in the year. We'll see. But yeah. I do want to play more 7th Citadel, to be honest. I have been thinking about it lately. I just don't want to start it and then go to Gen Con and try to come back and continue playing it. So, but yeah, I do want to play more of it.
Thank you, Alex.
Thank you so much for the super chat.
Stacey also says, gotta go. See you soon. Stacey, we can't wait to see you.
See you next
soon.
week. See you next week. Did you know since 2016, Gen Con has hosted over 17,000 games in the stadium?
Wow.
Whoa.
I didn't know that.
Whoa.
I did not know that.
Foam sword play. Ooh. Reusable collector's cups. Purchase your cup at any concession stand for $22 plus tax for $1 refills.
Wow.
Has that been a thing before?
I don't know.
Okay, so now there's another reason to go to those crappy concession stands that I make fun of. You can get a collector's cup.
But then you got to carry it around. You got to wash, rinse it out.
I know.
I don't want any part of that.
And that's not like an amusement park, but I mean, if you're in the gaming, there's a concession stand in the gaming room that if you're okay with, drinking pop by the gallon, I do not condone or advise for your health and longevity of living.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And like I would hope these have lids.
I know.
Because like imagine just like cups on the table with
spilling
board
it on your
games.
new board game, your friend's board game they
my
brought.
God.
They lugged that game all the way to Indianapolis to play with you, and then you spill your souvenir cup on their game.
I just like a reusable water bottle or a refill. Yeah.
Entrepreneurs Avenue. Show highlights.
Oh, this is cool.
That's what I'm saying. So browse through here. If you want information updated for this year, you watch our streams from before and you're like, okay, I want more accurate info. Go read through this guide. It's like official source for little tidbits on everything at the convention. But we'll be here for hours and hours and hours. If I literally read every single thing in here, very overwhelming even looking at it, and I've been to the con so many times. But just trying to think like, oh, I want to go look at that and want to do that and want to do that. There's only like 4 days, and it's like only so many hours in a day. So many things to do there and see there. It's insane. I love it. Dungeons and Dragons and Gen Con, 50 years of adventure.
That's cool.
Matthew,
thank you. Thank you.
My name is Annie Wilkes. I am also your biggest fan.
Thank you, Matthew.
Well, I don't judge. You can be who you want to be, Matthew. That's cool. That's cool. That's cool. See you next week, buddy. Annie, I'll see you next week, Annie. Oh, are they gonna have a museum there, like when they had the 50th, and they had like the all the stuff from past Gen Cons? I'm just browsing quickly through these words here, skimming quickly, and I don't. Because in Lucas Oil before, they've had like a mini museum in like the middle of the, like on the 50-yard line, and it was like a cool exhibit that you could see all this stuff behind glass, like from old Gen Cons and old RPG books and stuff, and kind of like the stuff that's in this book right here.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it was that. It was this, literally. This is a picture from 2017 Gen Con. Yeah, the 50th anniversary. There was like glass cases like this one right here in this book that that's yeah, that's it right there.
That was it when we went there.
Yeah.
2012, yeah.
Yeah, that was the one. Or 2017.
Yeah,
2017 it was.
2017.
Cool. Board games and card games, okay. Lots of ads, lots and lots of ads, but it makes sense. You're at a convention where companies are spending tons on marketing from their marketing budget to have booths and advertise their products, so it makes sense. Spend money. You gotta spend money. Stuff and stuff. Flesh and Blood, Gen Con debut. Kid Zone. Magic the Gathering events in Hall B. Miniatures games, miniature hobby events. The speed painting and the paint and take, very popular.
Yeah, we did paint and take last year. That was fun.
New miniatures painting competition. Open gaming is available in the cozy yet spacious Grand Ballroom 5 and 6 in the JW. Not the ballrooms beside it.
Oh, and they even explain like how the cones system works and stuff.
Okay, let's read. This is relevant. Because I just learned about this room, what was it, last year, the year before? We learned about it for the first time?
Last year.
Last year?
Mm-hmm.
So again, it's not all the ballrooms. There are ballrooms next door to it. But those will be like usually rented by publishers and stuff running events. But the one in the middle, the grand ballroom in the middle, is open gaming. Annie, are you okay?
Apparently this is a Stephen King reference.
Oh, okay.
That we're not understanding.
I don't remember characters' names. Is it like from oh, it's from Misery. Which I've seen the movie, I think, of that one. Long time ago, I think.
Yogi, thank you so much.
Is Misery like I think. I've seen many Stephen King movies over the years, but I don't remember any of the characters' names ever. Sorry. Joke went right over my head. But now Matthew will be referred to as Annie. Are you okay, Annie? Thank you for the super chat. Oh my god.
Oh, yeah, we definitely missed that. We didn't get it. I didn't even see that.
Yes, that is who I pictured. The nurse lady, right? I forgot that was called Misery, but yes, that lady, that actress, is creepy in that movie. She's like a nurse, right? I saw that when I was like younger, way younger. What year is that movie? Oh, Kathy Bates is her name. That's what I was thinking of. I couldn't remember the name of it, but I was picturing her. But I was like, I'm probably wrong. Yeah, I don't know what year that movie was, but my God, she creeped me out. I see. It all makes sense now. Okay. That's cool. She's famous. I'm okay if she's my biggest fan. Oh, it's from 1990. Okay. So I saw it probably in my younger teen years, I guess. So that makes sense. But yes.
Matthew, thank you so much.
I don't know how people remember the names of all these characters, though. It's like too many names. I'm bad with names. Thank you so much, Matthew.
Thank you.
Okay, so let's see here. Back to open gaming. If you have a game already and just want a spot to set up and play with some new friends you made at the convention, come find an open table. Don't forget to get an orange cone to indicate if your group is looking for more folks to join in the fun. Is there a different color cone you can put when you want people to leave you the hell alone? I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding. Stay away. We're gaming. Leave us alone. Questions? Ask for help on the Discord. Oh yeah, there isn't a channel. I remember this. There's a channel in the Discord for open gaming that actually people use it. I've seen in the past, there's a channel in there. Maybe it's not the open gaming one, but there's a channel in there that people stay in touch in the official Gen Con Discord to meet up and play games at the convention, or if you're just like looking to play with people that'll literally message each other in there and stuff, and then they go like find each other and things.
Oh, that's nice.
Yeah. And that's what I think they're saying. So if you want more info, like people will be like in the Discord, like, yeah, come. We're looking for a player up here in the JW Marriott. Come and find us. Or maybe planning things like at certain times.
Yeah, I like this room last year.
But there's just like cones on the floor on a table. Like, yeah, it says borrow a cone from the HQ or just make sure to return once your game starts up so others can use them.
Yeah, there was like a pile of them and I just didn't really at first understand how to navigate.
Oh, there's a checkered flag. Place one of these flags in your cone if you're looking for someone who knows the game to join and teach you.
Oh, that's kind of awkward.
That is awkward. That's weird.
Like you just have to hope that the right person's.
I don't want to read I'm too lazy to read the rule book. Boom, teach me. That's funny. And like, does that sit there and then people come over and they're like, what game is this? Oh, I don't know this game. Next.
I know, maybe.
It's like people circling the room, like looking to help, but they're like, I don't know this game. Sorry.
Yeah, I mean, that's a clever idea, though.
That is cool. Yeah, it's definitely cool.
But I like how they put that, you can put that cone
looking
there.
for game indie channel. Here it is.
Oh.
Ready to start your game now. Post in the LFG indie channel in the Gen Con Discord to let other attendees know, even if they aren't wandering the open gaming space right now. I don't know why I don't read this stuff before I just like blurt out, because it's like all right here. I'm like, I have useful information. Oh, it already is on the screen. You guys are looking at it. I'm so dumb. Include what game you're playing, how many more players you can fit, and where you're located in the hall. Yes, I've seen this before in past years. And I think it's the coolest thing that people are just like, boom, boom, boom. Like, you just turn on alerts for this channel if you're like interested in gaming, and then turn it off when you're not. Like, you know, it's like such a cool thing.
But I like this cone idea because I like that you can put a cone there. People, you know, are nervous. Maybe, you know, you're by yourself. You can put that up there and say, like, I'm looking for the people that want to join. Like, so feel free to, like, walk up to my table and chat.
And then there's a games library you can buy tickets for, and you can get access to games. And you can take them out and play them. I think you can play them there and take them away from there. At least you could in the past. Yeah, I don't know for sure. But it's in Lucas Oil Stadium. You can go and literally just rent out whatever games and sit there and play them. So like, if you just wanted a weekend of like playing any game and like without buying games, like you're like, oh, my local game store has all these cool games, or Amazon, or like whatever, you know, and you're like, I don't know what games are good. Like, make a list of ones you want to try. Go down here and spend the whole weekend like playing whatever you want. Like they have a huge library, and you can like try all these games, and if you like them, go buy them there, buy them at home, but whatever. It's like any game, like old, new, whatever. It's cool. What are you guys saying? Maybe someone like sitting down and going, "Hello, dummies. I will teach you this game." Sounds like a perfect match for Rob. Oh no. Angie says, wait. So you're telling me that gamer who, by and large, are introverts want strangers to come up to their table and talk to them? Everything I know is wrong.
No, but those are for the extroverts.
Yeah,
those cones, not for the introverts.
Yeah.
So if there's no cone, you don't go up to them.
Yeah. Stay away.
Yeah.
No cone means GTFO.
Yeah, don't talk to me, please.
I will hiss at you if you come near me while I'm playing a game. Yeah, Dan Roberts, I'm talking to you. Stay away from my table. Puppetry program. Costume contest. Costume parade stuff in there, I'm sure. Yeah, there it is. Oh, there's the costume parade route. If you want to get on the route during midday Saturday, begins outside of Hall A. If you want to go watch it, literally like all the cosplayers of the whole convention all gather. They parade, and then they go right to the costume contest where they go on stage and they hand out awards and all this stuff, which is cool. They go right through like the whole hall. It's nuts. The One Ring. I'm already on page like 130 of this thing. Yeah, jeez Louise. Done. I know well, not really. There's like 172 pages. I know I'm just scanning through quickly, but I'm just showing you like this is so overwhelming. Like how much stuff is here is crazy. And I'm like, even like skipping the ads, I'm just literally looking. Like there's a whole auction. You can just spend time like buying people's old games or doing a charity auction, trying to buy like old gems and stuff. It goes on like the whole convention. Film festival. Crazy. Just go watch movies.
That's the thing. There's things for everybody, right? So like if you go with your partner and your partner really likes to play like D&D, but you don't, you can then go watch a movie.
Yeah.
Or you can go
play in the arcade.
Yeah, whatever.
Go browse some games. Go join a random group playing a game in the open gaming hall that has a cone on their table. Like you can do everything. Go literally food truck to food truck, eating till you pass out. I think whatever you want to do. Like
I think this is the first year actually that you and I are doing different events at the same time, right? Because in the past I've done a painting event, but you were just kind of like wandering around, like kind of nearby. But this time
I was gone and doing stuff. I just knew to come back to that area near the end.
But this is like where we both are in like actual different events at the same time, like doing different things.
Yep. So start of our separation.
Yeah.
It's a sign.
Yeah, it is a sign.
Electronic gaming. So there's the Retro Arcade video game palooza. The Retro Arcade room is full of classic arcade games, and it's literally dark too, just like an old arcade. Oh, I love it. Multi-game systems and a 10-player Killer Queen cabinet. I don't know what that is, but sounds cool. All machines set to free play, and event tickets are available for hourly play or for the whole day. So there you go. You're not into board gaming, and your significant other wants to go fill your house with board games and shop, and you don't want to go in that insane people-filled, packed exhibit hall ever because it can crush you. You can go hang out in a nice, dark retro arcade playing video games all day.
That's cool.
Not a problem. It just sucks that that's there. I would love to do that, but I can't do that at a tabletop gaming convention. But I know there are video gaming conventions that you can go and play arcade games at. But I do like their dark little room they have, which sometimes at gaming conventions, the arcades are all out in a brightly lit like convention floor.
Yeah.
I like the way this is like actually in a dark, quiet, like arcade room, basically. They make it, which is nice. Yeah. But I can't justify spending too much time doing that, but that's cool.
It is open at midnight though, so
yeah,
it's a good place to go in the evening when you're waiting for an event to start or something.
That's cool. Pinball Alley, that's like just out in the hall. I'm pretty sure, yeah. A bridge simulator.
Oh, I see that.
Pretend you're on Star Trek. Go work the bridge. Escape rooms.
Don't want to do this one time.
Pop-up escape rooms, Escape Room USA, and Eclipse escape rooms are there. You can do escape rooms, like a bunch of them. That's crazy. Events beyond gaming. Open crafting room. Oh, after long days of gaming table, wait. After long days at gaming tables, it is important to move and stretch out your body. Do you know that Gen Con has many events to get your blood moving? Whether you're into running a 5K, practicing yoga, dancing, or learning sword fighting techniques, we've got you covered. Find these events in the spa category in the event catalog. That's why those are all just spa rooms.
It's probably special something activities.
Yeah, yeah.
Special.
Oh, supplemental is what it's short for.
Okay.
SPA, supplemental. WKS is workshop. Isle of Misfits is Z. What the hell? I mean, I've seen some of these events in there. We always joke about them every time we do a stream with the event catalog, like line dancing and knitting and stuff. It's like, why is that at my gaming convention? But like, they're doing it right there. They're knitting. But it's so cool that it's there. Like, it's an option. And you're like, yeah, I board game at home all day. I want to go there and buy some new games. But like, I've wanted to try yoga. Sure, you would do that in the evening. That's fine. Get a little break. Sure. Like, it's crazy the amount of stuff that's there. It's like, blows my mind. When I explain it to people, they probably look at me like I'm insane when I'm telling them, like, you should see what they do there. It's all this stuff in all the hotels and crazy and like everything. It's like this and that and this and that. And like, yeah, it's the biggest tabletop gaming convention in North America. It's like so much stuff there. And like, the restaurants like start selling RPG themed foods and, you know, and selling
signage,
fantasy beers. And yeah. Brings more money to the local economy than the Indy 500, and people are like, huh, no way. I'm like, yeah, way. These gamers, there's tons of them, and they spend money.
Yeah, and Locator says that's what my family did most of the time last year when they were there. Locator, are you coming with your family this year or just yourself? He says, where is Pedicure Alley? I know you're joking about that, but they literally do have like masseuses.
Yeah. There's stuff in all the hallways everywhere.
Yeah.
As you're going to the stadium, you walk down underground through the tunnel now. There's like vendors down there that have booths that like couldn't fit in the exhibit hall. Out in the hall, there's more vendors. Like there's vendors upstairs. There's like vendors everywhere now that like in spots where they didn't used to be because there's so many things to check out. You can join the event team.
Oh, look at those little games.
That's great.
Nobody wants a game that small.
There you go.
That's the first time. Had you gone through that before or no?
What?
The booklet or the guide? Before, or is that the first time you looked at it? Had you looked at that guide before now?
Like, you mean this year's?
Yeah.
No.
No, okay.
No. I saved it for today.
Okay.
I try not to do two. I was going to do it live on stream, but then I would normally go into more detail. But I know I'll probably have time sitting in a line on Wednesday, and I could read it then too, the parts I want to read.
Yeah.
So to me, I don't want to read it all now. But I feel like I've done so much research through those books, and I bring them home and I read through them after sometimes. Even after the convention, I'm reading through them. The past few years, when we were doing live streams, again, you can find them in the link down below in the video description, where we try to help people with tips and stuff. I read through these to remind myself. I remember when I was making notes to help me remind about certain parts of the convention that I didn't know. And every year I learn about something new. And these can help you for sure. But even all the preparation in the world, reading through this guide, researching online, asking questions in social media groups, watching live streams and videos on the internet, you will still go there and there will be stuff you had no freaking idea it existed at that convention. Every year you'll find something that's like you didn't know was there. It's like, yeah, it's crazy. I love it. Love it, love it, love it. Love it, love it. And it freaking flies. Oh my God.
Does, surprisingly.
Yep. That auction looks daunting. Can't find it in myself to stand in that line. Yeah.
I know.
Yeah, it's crazy. Yeah, we maybe like 10 years ago, we walked through like the consignment room and the auction, sat down for a little bit to see what it was about, looked at some of the games for sale and stuff, but like haven't been back since that, like maybe the first or second time we went to Gen Con. I looked at the first year, and maybe the first year I went with you, so twice maybe I've done it. But that was when it was way smaller, way less busy. Now they moved it to one of the hotels in a much larger space, and it's even busier than it was then. It's like crazy. But I always say I want to go check it out every year, but I just, yeah, I'm good. But we'll see. Yeah, Jacko says, yeah, don't underestimate how overwhelming it is. Yeah, it's crazy. Drink lots of water, bring Tylenol or Advil or whatever the hell your pain reliever of choice is. Because your body will be sore if you're not an active person, which I'm not. And then also if you get sensory overload from lots of lights and noises and sounds and interaction with people, like I do, I have only so much in me in a day, and it gets drained every day. So yeah, by the end of it, I'm like destroyed. Then I come home sick. Like it's like a lot. But I still love it, and I look forward to it every year, and it's so fun.
I would say bring snacks as well in your bag.
Yeah. But yeah, lots of tips in our old streams. Like, this isn't a video to go over like tips, but there are some tips being dropped in the chat for sure. For others. But yeah, today is not a like I'm giving out all the tips in the world. It's like, yeah, we've spent hours prepping for those, making those videos and streams and stuff. You can find those on the channel. Yeah, this is just chill. We're excited. We've dumped some info of what games we're looking for. Went through the program guide a little quick just to give an overview and show that that guide exists. So if you want to look forward or start planning next year, start planning in like January for your next convention, and go watch our live streams where we describe how you need to plan in January, how you need to plan around in May in event time, how you need to plan closer to the convention.
It's crazy when you think about it, right? That you got to start planning in January for something you're going to do in August.
Because it's so popular, things sell out, like tickets go, and like, you know, you got to prioritize things. But I hate now, publishers are like advertising, we have this new game at Gen Con, it's a Gen Con release, or come get these Star Wars Unlimited promo cards, con exclusives. Yeah, thanks for announcing them 2 weeks before A-holes, where it's too late for people to buy badges and hotels and like change their plans and buy tickets, flight plans and all that stuff. It's stupid. That stuff should be all announced like in January so people can plan well in advance.
Yeah, to know if they even want to go.
Yeah. But yeah, it's dumb. It's like, we're already going to the convention. Like, telling us you have something there is like, we're already going. Like, it's, yeah. But they need to advertise that stuff in advance to get people to go. Ruben says, this is my first time, so I only scheduled one event a day to leave lots of time to explore.
That's a great idea.
Well done.
Yeah, that's a great idea.
You can always sign up for other events if you're like, oh man, I'm getting kind of bored. I need other events to do tomorrow. You can always sign up for events while you're at the convention.
Yep.
Or you'll go by rooms where you're like, oh, I didn't know this publisher was here. Hey, excuse me, what is this room for? What are you guys showing? Oh, we're doing events in here. Look for this event. Go buy a ticket, come back. You know, we have a space. We have space tomorrow. Come on in. You know, and you'll sometimes just on the fly change plans and stuff. Very cool.
Yep.
Edward says, anyone know if Star Trek Star Realms or the expansion for Star Wars deck building game will be there? The Star Wars deck building game, I'm not sure.
So Jacko answered and said, Star Wars, yes. Star Trek, no.
Oh, okay.
Jacko's already on that one. Thank you.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I saw the Star Wars deck building game as like a new standalone version, Clone Wars one, right? I don't know if I really care about that theme, but I want to check it out. But I just feel like that's something I just buy at my local game store later. Because, you know, that's obviously going to retail. It's from Fantasy Flight Games, but maybe they have a cool promo there if you buy it at the Asmodee booth or something. But I don't know. Just the problem I find, like, you don't have a local game store or an online retailer, it's like cool to go to Gen Con and pick up some stuff. I'm not saying don't do it, of course. But yeah, we just have the international thing where like the exchange rate and filling our car with stuff and taking it through the border and lugging stuff around the convention. We don't stay at a hotel downtown connected. So it's like we have to like lug stuff back to our car or like whatever, you know? So it's like, yeah. And when they're just stuff that's readily available days later or months later at our local game store that we can just order online and they ship it to our door for like nothing, or we can just go pick up when we're at our next Star Wars Unlimited event. We can just grab it from the store. It's like, and drive 10 minutes to get home. It's just hard to like, it's not so much the buying it at Gen Con. Like the once you swipe your card, you have it, it's great. It feels good. And especially if you want to go play it there. I love that idea sometimes. If you have time, but we don't usually, or I don't have the mental capacity to like learn a game and play it there. Sometimes it's hard for me. Too much going on. It's like too hard to focus. But it's the lines. It's the like sport involved in getting to a booth quicker than everyone else, getting in line, being patient, dealing with staff that sometimes don't even know what they're doing, checking people out at the slowest possible rate I've ever seen. Oh, sorry, I don't know how this machine works. Oh, I don't know. Oh, and it's like, oh my God. Because they have like volunteers and stuff working things. Sometimes just that experience of like wasting my Gen Con hours waiting in a line to buy a game that I can buy at my local game store the same week. It's become something that's like, I'm not a fan of anymore. But again, that's just me. Don't do what I say, do whatever you want. It's you, but yeah. So it's like, yeah, Star Wars deck building game. Oh, sure, I want to buy it and try it. But like, it's like, I've just started to learn like, I could just buy that at home. But I know not everyone can do that either. Oh, they have limited copies of Clone Wars.
Oh, okay.
So then even more reason not to buy it there. Like, yeah. For me personally. For you, if you're like, man, I need more Star Wars deck building game and I cannot wait, you get it. But
Ruben says, lots of people talk about things to do at Gen Con, but are there events or places to avoid? I guess my only tip for you would be to eat kind of at off times, right? Because the lineups for food are going to be outrageous, mainly all the time.
If you need to eat there.
Yeah, if you're eating there.
If you pack your own snacks and stuff, you do what you got to do.
Yeah.
But if you're going to eat at a local restaurant or at the food trucks or at the block party or even at the restaurants inside the convention, if you do that at normal food times like noon and 5 or whatever people eat at nowadays, their lineups will be long.
Yeah.
They'll be running out of product. It'll be slow. It'll take you forever to get your food and get back in the convention.
But if you shift that to like, you're eating at 1:30, 2 o'clock, maybe your line might be a little bit better.
Yeah.
So those are one of the things I would say.
100%. That's accurate.
And other things to avoid?
It depends what type of person you are, but if you don't like crowds, or like being elbow to elbow with like sweaty folks and hit in the legs by strollers and wagons and people's backpacks smashing you from unaware people just spinning in circles for some reason, stay out of the convention hall, or the exhibit hall, I should say, the dealer hall, or whatever you want to call it. Saturday, I would avoid it. It's a nightmare on Saturday. It's not as busy on Thursday, Friday, and Sunday.
Yeah.
But I know from past years, when it's a year that has sold out, which has happened like twice in the past, and this is the third time I've seen it sell out, that means they're literally at capacity, like fire code capacity. So they are literally jamming as many people as humanly possible in this building, in the event hall. And remember, it's only open 10 to 6. So the first day on Thursday, I always thought that was a busy day because everyone's there to get their games, but it's not. It's really only busy at the very beginning, and then people start clearing out to go to their events and stuff.
Right.
Once they grab the games they're trying to grab, right?
Yeah.
But Saturday, for some reason on Saturday, it's like everyone's there. I guess because people have single Saturday badges and stuff. It's the weekend. People who are local are off work. They all want to come down and check it out for a day. Saturday is a freaking nightmare in that room. You might be okay with it. It might not be a problem to you. But for me, I try to avoid that room on Saturday if possible. And that's usually when I would sign up for a giant tournament or events. I would do them on Saturday to stay away from that room. And if a publisher was like, Rob, you want to come and check out this game on Saturday? I'd say, no, can I come Sunday? Can I come visit your booth on Sunday or Friday or something instead?
The other thing along those lines, if you don't want to be around too many people, congestion, all of that, is maybe like the opening of the doors. Maybe you don't want to be like in that big crowd as well. That would be something to avoid.
And there are people who avoid it by standing upstairs and watching it and waiting for it to clear. And every morning it's like that.
Yeah.
Every morning. There's a giant sea of people that are all crowded, and some people pushing each other a little bit to get in the hall and squeezing through the only one door that they open is so annoying.
It's so annoying.
Like, open all the doors, man. It's so stupid. They're like, anyways. little disrespectful to people sometimes. The crowd corral, they act like farmers herding cattle sometimes and kind of treat people like objects. It's a little rough. But yeah, getting in the hall in the morning could be a crowd, and a lot of people avoid it, and they'll stand upstairs and wait for the crowds to get in the hall, and then they'll come down the escalators and go in.
Yeah.
Because people have then dispersed and spread out. But yeah, sometimes they're like, the people there, man, I just like want to. Yeah,
Last year was probably the worst. That was the only time I was
multiple
ever,
years though they've done it, where they literally like one employee will say, line up here, I'm going to open the little rope here and you enter here. And then somebody who comes that's their boss who changes their mind and says, no, we're going to have everyone come in here instead. And we're only going to open the door on the far right instead of the far left. Sorry, we told you the wrong thing. And now everyone's all pissed that has been waiting there for 2 hours in the wrong side. And now they're entering the wrong door, they're squished, or they're getting pushed around because the people are mad on the other side. Like, it's just miscommunication. There's like, yeah, I filled out that stuff before on like the survey and stuff after, but it's like, yeah, sometimes they're just like, the people working the doors that are checking badges and letting people in the morning are not the brightest, and their management don't communicate with them properly, so it's a little on both ends, I think. But yeah, that's kind of pissed me off a lot in the past, how they operate. It's like, Gen Con's been doing this for over 50 years, and this is still like a thing you're working out, like.
Yeah, but I think last year on the Thursday was like the only day, because we are part of that. We go through the doors, like, you know, push through whatever, survival of the fittest. But last year on the Thursday was probably the only time I was ever like nervous.
Oh, because normally, the Lorcana
and I think
thing.
It was because the people were.
But I'm not describing. I'm not describing just that. I'm describing like other years and other days.
I know, but that was usually I'm like, okay, sure, whatever.
That was an abnormal thing. That was like new how crazy that was. That I'm not describing Lorcana. I'm not describing that.
No, but I mean, like, they can get like that. Yes. Is all I'm saying.
I mean, they did do that kind of stuff there too.
Yeah,
that was dumb, but yeah. I just remember other years in the past where like I've gone to doors and then they're like, oh yeah, sorry, I told you this door is going to be open. This door is not actually going to be open at the time it opens. Like, sorry, you have to go around to another entrance. Sorry, this guy didn't know. He told you the wrong information. Like, but you all have walkie-talkies. Like, didn't like you all had team meetings like the day before the convention. Like, how come this person didn't know that? Like, it's like, yeah. So sometimes you're just asking an employee with a Gen Con vest on. Sometimes there are people with like their first year, or they like, I don't know, their person they report to didn't feed them the info properly, or they weren't paying attention or something. Like, I just find that happens a bit. So you might ask one of the people like, oh, can I get help with this? And they're like, they help you, but they might not be that knowledgeable. But some of them have been there for years and years and they know, but you don't know because they all have like different, or they all have the same vests on and stuff. But yeah. Just that process of getting in the hall. That's the only, you might want to avoid that. That's what the long-winded thing was for. But.
Yeah, but it depends on you, but there's not much that we try to avoid, really.
Yeah, and I don't know the downtown areas that well. If there's like a street you should stay off of that, like, all the criminals and the mobs hang out on. I have no idea.
Yeah,
I have no idea. We just stay around the convention. I don't wander too far from it. There might be some hotel areas I've seen people talk about, like, don't stay at hotels in this area. I mean, the first year I went, because we went late, the hotel that Shamar and I stayed at was like a little sketchy. The area was a little sketchy, but we had no other choice because we didn't even know about Gen Con until like after events were already sold out and stuff. And we're like, let's just go because we can get in the tournament we want to get into and we want to check out Gen Con for the first time. So we literally booked a hotel at like a super sketchy motel, basically. Literally had like a liquor store in the parking lot of it. Like, yeah, it was kind of a sketchy. It was only like 15 minutes away though. It was not bad, but yeah. Never booked that hotel again after.
And then our hotel that we booked that was terrible. We had to rebook from Gen Con.
Yep. That was like Motel 6, right?
I don't know what it was, but it was like the worst hotel I'd ever seen.
Which I did saw somebody asking in one of the groups about that recently. Like, is it okay to stay at the Motel 6 at Gen Con? Like, yeah. Rooms by the hour. Exactly what it was. Oh my God. Exactly what it was. We stayed at a rooms by the hour kind of like motel with like bullet holes in the wall, man, for real. It was like, yeah, you don't want to be there. But I had an amazing time. That was one of the best Gen Cons ever because you should never treat your hotel at Gen Con like an important thing, to be honest, because it should only be a place you're literally going to sleep, shower, and go back to the convention. And even some people are like sleeping in cars and stuff, or
Yeah, I've seen that
at
more.
hostels and things, and they get a pass to the local gym. There's a gym, a chain of gyms down there, like that has like you can get day passes to use the showers and stuff that people do at Gen Con, which I've heard of. But yeah, there is yeah, it should just your hotel should just be treated like a place you're gonna pass out when you're tired at the end of the day and then get back to the convention. If you're hanging out in your hotel room or at your hotel all weekend, like yes, you could play games in your hotel lobby and stuff. That I see that happen.
Oh yeah, we see that happen.
But like you should be more at the convention. There's like tons to do at the convention. So, but yeah.
Oh, there's a YMCA that's not far from the convention center that people.
There was something else. So there's a chain.
Fitness or something. I thought I had seen.
I don't know what the chain is, but
people were talking about it.
I always see people mentioning it. Like if you need to shower and you're like staying in an RV or a car or a van, if you're that you're just traveling like that, or staying at a hostel or whatever those are called, like those yeah, there's like you can go get like daily passes. LA Fitness maybe. Planet Fitness.
Yeah, I thought it was
I'm not
Planet
sure.
Fitness or something. Yeah.
I've never done it, so don't quote me. But I do see people. If you ask online, there are people who will recommend the local whatever it is down there where you could grab showers if you need that. Because there are some people that literally game 24/7, and I see them like passed out at night on the floor in the convention center hall and stuff. It's crazy. People who game till like 6 a.m. and then go pass out for 4 hours and come back. Like
it's crazy.
Yeah.
I need to sleep at least a little bit.
I know. I try to get more. I remember one year we were like going back to our hotel for like 9 p.m. to rest up for the next day because we had so much to do. So we're seeing so many publishers and stuff. But I've tried to scale back from that and not be like so locked in to be at this booth and be at this booth and this booth. And I'm like stressing out, and I want to enjoy myself a little more. But then I signed up for too many Star Wars Unlimited events, I think. So we will see. We will see. I don't know. That's all I really had to talk about. Any questions? Jackpot Man says, "Am I late to the stream? I guess you've talked about which games you're most excited for. May I ask for a quick recap, please?" No.
You could just.
It's recorded on the internet.
Yeah, you could just like scrub through it. We talked through.
Yeah, basically go Jackpot Man later or now if you can. Go to the start of the stream and scrub till you see the BoardGameGeek webpage on the table, and I start talking about games at that point.
And you can even like quick scroll through it. Yeah.
Yeah. Scrub past the part like this where it's just our talking heads until you get to the part where we have the Gen Con preview on the screen. We go through just the games we're interested in no particular order.
I don't even know how many it was.
Oh, we also mentioned the most important one that we're looking forward to right at the beginning. So if all you care about is the one single game that we are going to grab there, that we're so important, we're going to get 2, maybe 3 copies, go to the start of that and you'll hear us go on about that. But no recap. I closed all the tabs, actually. I had all the tabs open, and I went through them and closed them as I rifled them off. So, yeah. Sorry, I need those watch minutes. It helps out the channel. I want to please the YouTube algorithm gods. So every minute you're watching this stream later, it helps out the channel. So sorry. No quick recaps. I don't respect your time at all. You can put it at like ×2 speed, too, to get through it in half the time. Rob is officially sponsored by his #1 game too. Shh. Don't give away my biases. You didn't miss anything. No, don't don't say that. Don't say that.
I mean, now that we're at Saturday afternoon.
Yeah.
Like it's really starting to get exciting, right? Like the packing stuff's got to start, all of that. So
yeah,
getting excited for sure.
Packing, prepping the car for travel, making sure all that's good. Figuring out, making sure the list of what we need to check out or on the show floor. Yeah, get all my camera stuff, making sure everything's charged up and packed, the battery packs and cameras and mics and all that.
Yeah. Yeah, it seemed like people really liked to watch us stream last year throughout the convention, just random streams that popped up. So
yeah, we'll try that again. It should still all work. I just never make promises because I know in the past I've gone and been like, yeah, I'm going to make a video and upload it. And then the Wi-Fi in the convention center is like garbage, or cell phone reception goes down half the time you're at the convention in the past. they've got most of that is all solved, but you never know where all of a sudden 1 year they're like, yeah, sorry, it's going to cost you $30 a day to get on the Wi-Fi. They might do that all of a sudden. You never know, right?
Well, Lucas Oil did say free Wi-Fi, so
I know. I think it's fine.
I think we're
but
good
Lucas
there.
Oil, when you're in there, there's those like
oh yeah, the
down at the bleachers, the actual Wi-Fi like antenna repeaters or whatever. Some of them are like not even on, so you don't get Wi-Fi in some areas of the show floor, and then you have to go find one that's on and working and get by that one. I remember that from streaming those Lorcana last year. We were like set up on one table and we had to like reset up on a different table because the Wi-Fi repeater wasn't plugged in. And I couldn't find the power to do it. But see, Mitch says I fall asleep listening to this YouTube channel.
oh, appreciate that.
That's great.
No, that's awesome. I'm glad we're that boring. No, I'm just kidding.
No, see, Mitch is trying to be a jerk. I think like, yeah, this is so boring.
No.
A little boring.
I'm serious.
You son of a.
Giving us the watch minutes, you know.
Yeah.
I love that. Thank you.
Or listen minutes.
Oh, listen minutes. Yeah.
We got to get our
Or
border crossing alibis sorted 100%. So when we're crossing, make sure we don't say we're going to a tabletop gaming convention. I learned that that's not the right term because automatically they will think you're going to like illegal gambling, like tabletop, like you're going to play roulette and stuff.
Oh.
Yeah, and poker and things. Yeah, tabletop
You gotta
gaming.
say board games.
Yeah, you have to say board games. And then they will automatically think you're going to play Snakes and Ladders.
Monopoly.
Or Monopoly, yep. Or Clue, maybe we're playing some Clue.
I mean, I wouldn't mind.
Also, when you say you're going to one of these conventions, they start asking you like, oh, are you a vendor? Like, are you selling stuff there? It's like, no. Are you sure? Are you not going there to make money and sell things? No, I'm going there to buy things. Are you sure? Like, come on, man. Like, no, I'm not going there to work, even though I really am. But yeah. But yeah, so there's that. What else? Yeah. Like, I don't know the best way to describe it, but you basically just have to make sure they understand you're just some nerds going to spend money, and they're like, yeah, get in there. Go nuts. You nerds. You're some geeks. We're some geeks going to spend money. Jacko, thank you for the support. Here's to a great board game camp.
Yep.
Okay, that's what we can say. We're going to board game camp. This one time at board game camp.
Jacko, thank you.
I asked somebody to touch it. The game, I mean. This one time at board game camp, I got arrested.
Oh, jeez.
They put me away.
I don't want to deal with that.
They added me to an online registry
Oh my god.
where anyone can find my name. I was just telling them about a new game, and then I was put on some special registry.
Oh my god.
Oh my god, I'm horrible. Just tell them sorry. Sorry.
Yeah,
Sorry.
right?
What are you talking about? Sorry. I set it to a playlist and turn the volume low. It helps with the logarithms. Yes, it does.
Love that. Oh my
Seamus,
god. Thank you.
for that. I
Thank
appreciate
you.
that.
I think you're our number one fan.
Yes, thank you. Thank you, Annie. Oh, the budget is for games, not bail. Oh, I'm
I know,
sorry.
right?
I'm misspending the super chat
Yeah.
to bail me out of jail.
Yeah. Actually, nobody said they were for games. Everyone just said for
Drinks,
and snacks,
yep.
refreshments, those kind
Yep,
of things.
that's true.
So I guess we don't have to buy any games. We just
Yep.
get to eat everything.
So literally, we're gonna live stream us like tasting things and eating things. Turn it into one of those like food YouTube channels while we're there.
Okay.
This bowl of nachos is brought to you by.
Yeah, you guys gotta be more specific next time. Sorry.
Yep. Yeah, I'm looking forward to it. It's been fun in the past. Jacko, I can't wait to see what your games are buying there and what you're excited to play, and like, yeah, hang out with you guys. See ya. You need some food and snacks to make good content. Yeah, that's true.
That's true.
I go back to some of my old streams from like last year and the year before Gen Con just to see how like exhausted I am as I'm talking, and I've like lost my voice, and I'm like I could tell I'm already dying, and like
Oh, we did
I'm
things
already
differently.
sick, and I don't even realize it. Like,
Yeah, we did things differently, definitely back then.
Yeah.
Oh, Locator says, good thing your lawyer will be there. That's good. We will have our lawyer there. Yes, thank you, thank
that
you.
is correct.
Yes.
All right, so I'm gonna tell everyone about that game then. That's perfect.
Please let us know the retainer for the week to have you on call. Should we need assistance?
I'm gonna need some of your business cards, Zach, to hand out just in case I get in those situations and you're not around, if you don't mind.
Oh my god. Oh, Yogi's saying so it should be tax deductible because we need to eat in order to make content. I see what you're saying.
I think, yeah, technically.
I mean, technically, some of it is, I think.
Yeah. Yeah, I do keep receipts for taxes. I do now. I have to do all that stuff.
Yeah.
Or at least I try to do that as much as I can. Sometimes I forget, though. US dollars this time, please. Hey. Those pure maple syrup jugs were like, you can't just get those anywhere.
No. Butter tarts aren't free.
And the premium rolls of hockey stick tape. Come on. That stuff's gold up here, all right? That stuff's gold.
That's funny.
Oh man. Yeah, I'm like checked out. I just can't wait to go now. I want to go. I mean, not go. I can't wait to get there. I don't like to travel to there. I want to get there.
I like to travel too there. We have some routine things that we do that I like.
Sure, I guess, yeah. I guess.
But yeah, I'm getting excited for sure.
Me too.
I guess we'll say again, if you see us at Gen Con, stop us, say hello. If you're in the Discord, let us know by mentioning me or Rob in the conventions channel. We'll add you to the private Gen Con channel. We can discuss what we see there, where we'll be, where
Stay
you guys
in touch
will be.
while we're on site.
Yeah.
You're a Canadian nose king. Oh man. All right. I think that's gonna be it.
I think so. That was fun.
That was around what I wanted, 3-ish hours. I thought it would definitely go longer, but I think we just skimmed really much faster through the guide than I expected. But I really was just bring attention to that guide, which we may not have done enough in the past on other streams, but only 2 weeks until 358 days till Gen Con starts.
I'm sure there's already a countdown for that somewhere.
Yeah.
Someone's already counting down to the next one, especially if you can't go to this one.
Yeah, technically, what is it? It's next Thursday is the official start, even though it starts like on Wednesday for trade day and stuff. But so we are like 1, 2, 3, 4 days away ish. 4-ish days, 5-ish days till Gen Con. But of course, we're gonna be planning and traveling and arriving and all that stuff. I guess technically like Wednesday is like our first day really. So yeah, so it's like literally like 2-ish days till like we're fully in the mode and on the way, I guess, and stuff. But yeah, anyways, I don't think there'll be more streams until we're there. I was like, man, if we pack and get everything ready super quick, like we could stream a game stream.
Today's Saturday, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know.
Technically like Monday, but it's like got
Monday's
so much stuff I
debatable,
want to do.
right? Like I'm not sure. Yeah.
But yeah, if we don't see you, our next stream will be hopefully from Gen Con. And if not, it'll be right after. If for some reason I break my camera or there's no Wi-Fi, like who knows, things can happen. But if not, the next stream will be right after we get back. And and we'll talk about our experience and all that stuff. But yeah, thank you for watching. Thanks for hanging out. Again, if you want streams that are focused on planning and trips and preparing to Gen Con, I should say, we did that more organized in some live streams where we did live Q&As and things. Check the playlist down below in the video description. You can find that stuff there or on the channel in the playlist section. Just search or Gen Con Rob's Gaming Table, I'm sure, on Google, and you'll find like our previous prep planning, the event system, hotels, all that kind of stuff we talked about in there. Things at Gen Con, what there is to do there. because it's kind of too late if you've not planned for this year already, because tickets are like sold out, badges are done. But next year you can start planning for it like basically already if you're like need to start making sure you got the time off for work and all that stuff. But yeah, it's all relevant. And yeah, it'll be in the same place next year. It just might be a different time. But they already have like the next like 4 years planned out or something. But yeah. So thank you for watching.
Thank you so much for all the super chats.
Yeah, you guys are generous.
Thank you so much.
I appreciate the generosity. Thank you. It'll help make some of those games where I was like, I don't know if I should pick this game up anymore. Maybe I'll be like, whoa, you have a little more money this time. Let's pick that game up. So we'll see.
Thank you.
Thanks for the peer pressure. But yeah. Yeah, we are wrapping up. Sorry,
yes,
Mr.
I'm so
Suitcase.
sorry.
Yep, sorry. You'll have to watch
Don't
it later
have
if you care.
notifications on, I guess. Eh?
Yeah, turn on those notifications. You got to literally keep your whole day clear when I have a stream scheduled.
Just kidding.
Yeah. I need to set alarms and everything. No, but it's all good. It's all be here on the internet. You can watch this whenever. And yeah, we'll hopefully check into you guys in a few days from the convention. Thanks a lot for watching, and we'll see you in the next one.
Bye.
Bye-bye.